Good one. Hey, I wasn't ready yet, but that's okay. Do not adjust your dial. It's Richie hosting today with my man Tones.
Hey, here he is.
Oh, right on time. Look at this guy. Just in time for the intro.
Okay.
Today, we got the NFL schedule. We'll be going through Lions picks, I hope. I don't know. We'll see what we got on tap here. Comerica Park home plate experience. Jim and Tones have some video on that, I hear. And we have back by popular demand, poor celebrity impersonations. Well, we know all about that, Tones, don't we? Beer trivia, DM picks, and more coming your way.
Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ready, dope.
All right, let's do it.
This is the 50,000-watt voice of the numbers guys in
The Motor City.
And now, live from Studio 8B, it's time to BS with the guys.
Welcome back. This time Tones is with me. He's over at my left here.
Yo, yo, yo.
You're right, as
Numbers
Jim would say.
Nation. What is up, everybody? Good to see everybody tonight. Hopefully a lot of listeners watching. Our subscriber list is growing.
It's huge.
Let's keep that rocking tonight.
I heard they actually get to hear us talk today. So
This
is
is
going to be a banger of an episode.
Does
I
it go
heard.
by compound interest subscribers? Is that
I
how
think
that works?
so.
Okay.
I don't know. Last week we picked up quite a few. I hear that we have a story on that. We have number 300 in the house. Were you there for that, Tones, or was that a Jim and Daryl production?
You guys, did you rein that in? You reined in number
We'll
300,
get into
guys.
that later.
Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll get the details on that.
Let's welcome our numbers guys with Daryl. What's up,
Hey.
Daryl?
So,
See my shirt, Richie?
I see it. Is that shot heard or shot fired? Shots fired, as they say.
It's a dead man's hand.
Okay.
Aces over eights.
and that, okay.
Is it? I can't see. Is it the same? Do we have the same? They all spades? Is that what that is?
Is that what you're going to do to Richie
I think
on
it's
your
spades
challenge?
over clubs.
Yeah?
Sure.
Sure.
Give him the dead man's hand.
That man's hand.
My hair is a little mussed up, but that's all right. Aces over eights, Richie. That's a dead man's hand. That's something for you to learn there.
Is that the Doyle Brunsons? Or is that a
No,
different
Dolly Brunson, no. No, it's
There's a lot of those sayings, though. They do like aces over queens is something as well. They always have funny sayings for parking lot hand, I believe.
Oh,
That's what it's called. Maybe that's aces over jacks, but there's
This
always
is.
was,
funny names
Is
for.
it true Rich is a calling station? I've heard that term before. Is that true?
Oh, what's that mean?
Somebody just calls. They never fold. They just keep calling. all the time.
he does it.
Oh, I never heard that term before, Tones. That's pretty funny. I like that.
Yeah.
He's not believing. He needs to see it to believe it.
That's back 20-some years ago in my cousin's basement. We used to call each other calling stations.
You don't last
I've
very
never
long.
heard of that
Yeah.
either. Yeah.
Yeah, you won't last very long calling that often unless you got some really good hands.
It's people that just want to keep in there, hoping they're going to get that card, river ratted.
Yeah, invite them to the tournament, future tournament. We need more calling stations. That'd be great. And then past Daryl, we have the man with all the buttons.
I'm still on the buttons on the ones and twos over here. Wiki.
He'll be taking over duties intermittently this evening.
Yeah, I'll help out wherever I can. This is your guys' show tonight, though, so I don't want to get too involved.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that, Jim.
No.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's new with you, buddy?
Not much, man. Just honoring the late, great Chet Lemon with a shirt from about 20 years ago that I had.
Oh, I see.
And I
It's
dug
like
this
one
one
of
out. It
those-
was next to the Piston shirt that I was wearing for a while there in the closet.
It's like
So.
one of those puzzle questions. You got to figure it out.
Yeah, it's not real tough, though, Tony. I hope you'd be able to get it. He's like, Chet Grapefruit.
Back in our trivia, and then
Chet
back in
grapefruit.
our trivia days during COVID, we had questions like that. So
Yeah, we
our
did.
sport goal days.
Sure,
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm doing well, Rich. Thanks for having me tonight.
Oh, it's nice of
Appreciate
you to
that.
show up.
Yeah, barely made it here. Just on time.
Right, right. Well, I got a sheet here that
What do we
tells
have?
me that we got libation.
I do have an
exploration.
early.
Oh, wait.
an
Yeah,
8
do we have any
o'clock
early
pick.
picks? That's
I
a
have an
great
8 o'clock
idea.
pick. Who do I have?
Daryl,
Hockey
who do you got
game.
as a golfer tonight?
Scotty Scheffler.
What are the odds on him tonight?
I got him top 5,
Top 5 finish.
minus 125.
Minus 120.
I'm going to put 2.5 units on that.
All right, you're
What do you
here
think?
first.
What do you think that'll net me?
2.5 units on minus 125, about 2 units.
Yes, he got it.
That's why
Jimmy,
we call
you
us
said
number
he wouldn't
guys.
get it, but he got it.
Why he's hosting.
So I got 9. Oh, it's not really an early game. So
That's all right.
I got the Jets hosting the Stars. They're down 3-1. Preseason or not pre-playoff, one of the favorites to win.
This is at Winnipeg?
Win it all. Yeah, it's at Winnipeg. I don't think they're going to go down easy at home. I still think Dallas wins the series, but I think the Jets will give them one last stand tonight. And I took the Jets money line in over 5.5 on this game.
Is it Dallas now?
Yeah, Dallas. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
So
I got this hat last week thinking they were still up in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, it's a North Star.
Honoring
That's pretty
the-
sweet.
a couple years ago,
like
they
that.
relocated. Down
Oh,
south.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, a couple years back.
Who's your favorite North Star, Tones?
Cicerelli played for them
Cicerelli,
briefly
sure.
before the Wings. So
How about like Grodnick or something?
yeah, is there
Grodnick? Something
Madonna?
Like that.
Madonna? Madonna.
Mike Madonna?
Yeah, he was
Madonna.
there before the Dallas.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's what I remember about the North Stars growing up is that they were always the last seed, like the last seeded team to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
every year.
they were lingering in that 8th spot.
Every
all
year.
the time.
Them and Hartford would
Yeah.
be the A seed. on the
Whalers.
ice.
The good old Whalers.
There's 8 teams that made the playoffs on each side.
Yes.
I think there was only 9 teams in each conference.
I think you're right. Maybe 12. I mean, I don't know who was worse than Minnesota, but they did make that run to the Stanley Cup one time from the A seed.
Was that Dallas or was that
I think
Minnesota?
it was Minnesota their last year or two, possibly, before they.
They had Hatchet brothers,
I think so. That sounds
Hatcher,
good.
Darian, Kevin.
Darian and Kevin.
Darren, who played for the Wings later on and blew out his knee, and that was it. Game
Okay.
over.
From Sterling Heights?
Yes, they were. Yep, from Sterling Heights.
You ready for it, Rich?
I'm ready for it,
Hit it.
Jim.
Tasty beers or fine bourbons for our face holes to try. It's libation exploration with the numbers guys.
Jim, I'm going to throw it over to you. I know you were the buyer this week,
I
correct?
was the buyer, man. I'm buying. Actually, Mrs. Midwest bought this, and she didn't like it.
The
So she
Dallas-
said, bring this in for one of the beers.
Dallas Buyers Club, right?
Wait till you see this in a cup. By the way, Rich, I didn't think about this, but I got probably better access to the chat than you do if you don't see it on the screen.
Yeah,
down there.
please
So-
do. Take over when the chat jumps in
Yes.
there. I can't see it.
You got Q Dubs. Q Dubs, where you been, Q? Missed you, buddy.
Q-Dubs?
Q Dubs. Just saw your cousin
out.
play baseball today, by the way. Shout out early, Q Dubs.
Dubs was on a milk carton missing for months.
Finally found him. He says, yo, yo, yo. The standard Q Dubs intro or shout out.
Now,
what am I trying to say?
The first,
Comment.
That's right.
First aroma,
Whoa.
this reminds me of the good old Hawaiian punch.
Did you
that
see
I used
what
to drink
Jim
often.
just poured over there?
Look at
What
this.
the frick is that?
I blow your mind?
I was
There's
not,
no blue beer.
was
That's the
not
color.
expecting that.
It's blue.
This is a lager?
It's a lager.
I have the same chance of having blue balls tonight.
You
Is
were
that-
probably going to have them anyway. So, yeah, your
Same
odds
chances
have not went up.
any other night.
That is true. Yeah, so this is, who makes this? Atwater Brewery
I think Hawaiian punch makes it.
here in Detroit, Michigan, called
But
Fruit
it
Guru.
smells very specific.
You know what the best
Tahitian-
part about I'm not going to give a full review, but it doesn't have like a gross aftertaste to it like a lot of the flavored beers do. I know, I'm picking up on that.
You know the old Hawaiian punch. You know with the
The blues throwing me off.
little
though.
guy.
Do you remember Tahitian Treat?
No.
It was kind of like a knockoff of
I'm not familiar with that.
Hawaiian Punch, I think.
Yeah.
Here's,
It lasted long.
here's what the instructions say. They say it's a flavored fruit ale with Magnum hops, raw pale malt, light caramel malt, and a popsicle flavor. 5.5% ABV.
So, what color is this beer going to be after they have to follow RFK's removal of artificial coloring? You know,
This might be all natural.
Yeah.
I think they just melted a bomb pop and then mixed it with some beer or something. I don't know. I don't know what they did with
It
this.
smells something very specific, but I don't remember.
it's a Hawaiian punch.
Is it?
Yes, it smells exactly like
It
that
does
old
smell
Hawaiian
like,
punch.
I don't know, maybe Tone's talked me into it. But
I think you're probably right.
Absolutely. Who was that little guy in the Hawaiian punch? You know,
Rich used to like to
Smells just like
mix
it.
that with hard liquor.
Southern
And,
Comfort.
I got sick on it one night, and I never wanted to have
no,
Hawaiian
it was
punch
it was
again.
red instead of blue.
Oh, yeah.
if I recall
For
But
sure.
Once Southern Comfort comes back up, it's hard to get back into something like that.
That was actually my worst experience of vomit was on Southern Comfort.
No,
I think it's a shared experience.
Yeah, and ever since then, I don't really drink
no,
Southern Comfort.
tequila and Puerto Vallarta.
I've had that
I
too,
almost
yeah.
died at 19. Yep.
Yeah.
I've never been a tequila fan after that.
Right.
Tequila and Hawaiian Punch?
No, just tequila.
Where did that come from?
Puerto Vallarta.
That was not a segue.
We were talking about. You were talking.
We were
about
just
throwing
talking
up.
about Bastard. Oh,
Yeah,
I
you're
got
talking,
you.
I was
You
like
were going-
19 in Puerto
That was your
Vallarta.
worst experience?
I almost died, and I don't like tequila ever since.
How was the hangover the next day?
It was horrible.
2 days?
I was a wreck for a few days. So
I had a 2-day hangover one time.
I think I
Daryl
was like,
drove my truck back to Kentucky, I think.
I was probably 18, 19 at the time. So
Hey, before we get to like the rating of this stuff, would you guys want to do a read for the Hilltop Bar? I can put that up here for you.
okay.
Yeah. Good. Toads, you.
Where we at?
I don't actually have anything to read, but
So would I just
think-
make it up?
I think you just make it up
on
as
the
you
fly.
go. Here you go.
Is our favorite local brew house here, best owner in town, Darko. He's our man. It's been a minute since I've been there. D-Dub and JT have been frequent boozers there. I wouldn't say diners because they go there after the kitchen closes, I think, right?
True that.
But I hope to join again next time around. So, but great place. Support them. Great crew. Friendly waitresses. Treat you well. So,
They treated us like VIPs last week, Jimmy.
Yeah, I thought maybe we spent a certain amount there. We got upgraded. I don't know.
is there like a VIP?
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
Darka was she had some
Champagne, right?
cocktails for us, some new booze to try. Tried a new scotch, a new vodka.
The vodka
Sketch.
was Greek in origin.
Was it Greek vodka?
Yeah, and he said it's olive vodka or something.
I love olives.
Well,
taste.
I thought it was tasted like pretty smooth vodka,
Like a little olive oil.
and then
tinge.
he's like, you got to put an olive in it, and then Lisa behind the bar, she dumped some of the olive juice in there,
Yeah, dirty.
and I didn't taste vodka whatsoever. It purely
Yeah, it was great.
tasted like
Very
what I
smooth.
imagine olive juice tastes like.
I love olive juice.
I wish I remember the what that was called. I don't remember what that was.
Remember it was in like almost like a milk bottle.
Yeah, I don't remember what the name was.
Yeah,
I wonder if
Like a craft.
I doubt Darko's
craft?
listening right now, but if he is, chime in and let us know what that was called, because that was exceptional vodka.
I could text him.
Yeah, you can text him. Find the name of that.
All right, Jim, we'll start with you. What do you think about this?
Yeah. What do I think about this? Let me. I got to back this up for a second here. On our rating scale, which is 5 to 1, 5 being the best, I'm going to probably give this a. Oh, I'm a little torn now because I really didn't like it when I first tried it, when I tried Mrs. Midwest.
Yeah.
But now that I'm having a little bit more this year, it's not all that bad.
It's not horrible.
No, I'm just going to give it a rookie 3, flat 3.
NTB.
Yeah,
Not that bad.
not that bad.
All this time, though, I thought we were going in reverse order. I thought 1 was the best, and 5 was the
We
worst.
got to go back and re-rate every beer.
We have to watch the shows in reverse.
We
now.
gotta flip it basically.
Play it backwards.
So I give it a solid on this new scale. I give it solid 3.4. 3.4.
I thought you were to give it a 3. It would make no difference which way your scale went.
Honestly, I'm not being very fair to it. I gotta say, because it's really, if it was the normal color beer, I probably would give it a higher score.
Did that throw you off because it was blue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you didn't show me that, I probably would have changed my score.
That was like that time a couple weeks ago when I was went to the bathroom and I was urinating blood. You look down, and that's just throws you off a little
It
bit.
does, yeah.
So,
Check out the old kidney.
you remember where you were at the first time you saw blood coming out?
Yeah, I was hunched over the stone back in 2008-ish. Yeah, blew my first stone.
Romancing the stone is what Tones refers to that.
I'm going to go slightly above rookie score of JT. I'm going to do a 3 and add a 0.1 to it. So
Yeah.
it's a little smooth, it's refreshing, but I could feel it causing some trouble in my stomach if I drink a few of these, though.
I got to say, it was fun going first tonight. I never go first.
I think the color's throwing us all off, but I don't think it's too bad. I would drink it again. I wish I hadn't seen the color, but I'm going to pretend like I didn't call it a 4. I think it's pretty good. I don't think there's too much. I think you could throw these down pretty quick if you really wanted to, too.
I kind of am,
I don't know how
actually.
the...
This is almost gone.
Does it feel like does your stomach feel a little woozy drinking it? I don't know.
Not yet.
Okay.
You think if the kids accidentally tapped into these at your house at the pool?
They might not notice
Yeah,
until
you
after
think they
a
would-
couple.
you think
Yeah.
they
Throw
would-
a bowl of just the blue punch
I don't
out
think they
there.
would have a problem
I'm not
drinking
taking it home. I'm having a little neighborhood pool party tomorrow, so I don't want to be responsible having this around.
Jim, did you have any head on there when you...
Oh, no, you know what? There was really no head at all that I noticed.
Yeah, that's a kind of odd, though.
Yes, no head, no lacing. It's just
You know, it looks like when you went
blue liquid.
Do you
to
see,
went to
bubbles in
Windsor
there?
back in the day and you got hypnotic, you know?
It does look like
You
hypnotic.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. What did when you got a bottle of like Absolute and you put the highlighter in there
Yeah.
and you just
Yeah.
had it as a wall ornament?
There really isn't a lot of bubbles in here. Less than like 7-Up would be even,
I don't know if this is beer.
right?
I
This
don't
is not
know.
beer.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
a
not
little
beer.
It says it's an ale.
troublesome.
Yeah, it says it, but
Interesting.
I can only take them at their word.
Do we only have the one beer here, gentlemen, or we got 3 more packed away somewhere today?
this
I got
is
one
a,
more.
Okay.
I got one more.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
If it's Genesee, you can put it back where it came
Yeah,
from.
you could shove it
Genesee
back.
Cream Ale Light. we
Send
got
it back
for
to
you,
Genesee County in Flint and their water system. That's where that belongs.
guys. You don't know what I still don't. I insist you don't know what you're talking about in that. Yeah, I don't know if you had too many beers before that or something. It's
I wish I had more.
it's a beautiful, beautiful beer.
Oh, another.
Oh, no. Here we go.
Here's your favorite.
This
Cheers,
is
pal.
torture.
Cheers, indeed. We got to finish off the series.
We got a while to go before the series is finished.
Well, I
off.
got to bring some grapefruit one and the orange one, right?
Jimmy got it right up on the Berry Weiss here.
I'm gonna pull it up right now,
All right.
Okay.
and here it is.
I haven't had this one in a while, actually, so
It can't be any worse than the last time I had it.
let's see.
So, Dub, what do we got here?
This is called Berry Weiss. Berry Weiss. Leinenkugel.
Still smells like
Charlie Weiss.
bad.
It's made with natural berry flavors and blackberry juice.
It's
I
bold.
like blackberry.
It's bold fruit.
See?
I do like blackberry.
You know, I was thinking this would probably pair well with like a fresh caprese salad and maybe like a creamy spinach and artichoke dip.
The
Would you say?
Caprizios?
No, not the caprizios.
If you mix it with blackberry crown, I wonder how that would go.
But that'd be pretty good too. ABV 4.9. 4.9er.
It's a little bit on the light side.
That fruit taste is bold, though.
Bold in a good way
Bold
or
fruit.
bold or
It's
Too
a little
much.
too much.
It's
A little too much.
like drinking cough syrup.
Yeah. It's a little too much. I mean, it's good flavor, but
I
it's a
hate
little
cough syrup.
too in your face.
historically. I hate it.
It's too much.
This I don't mind. It's kind of like something that just like it's a palate cleanser.
See, there are other beers, Leinenkugel. I think the flavor is just the right touch of the fruit. You know, they're adding. This one is a little overboard.
A little heavy.
Yeah, like the grapefruit one's okay. The orange is okay. Summer shandy, great.
But
This
lime.
one's. The lime one's okay, too. This is a little more in your face, I think.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
Jimmy, are you gonna kick it off again?
Yeah,
I don't want to tell him what to do, Rich.
I just took the words out of my mouth.
You're going to ask me. All right. I'm going to give this one. This is going to be another boring one, man. It's just a 3. It's okay. A little sweet for my liking, you know.
Yeah.
Too
It's
sweet.
okay. I'll drink it. Tastes like you soaked a bunch of like berries and beer for a few months or something. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I give it a 3.2. This is less than the last beer. The last beer is a little more
Yeah. Do we have any more
Palatable.
fruit gurus? That was good.
Jimmy might have some more.
Well, I'll pass one down.
Yeah.
I can't drink this Berry Weiss.
I'm gonna go 2.8. I think I could drink maybe one of these and then I'm done.
Talk about not selling your stomach. I don't
Yeah.
know. I just
This is
like I said, I don't hate lightning kugels. I just don't. This is probably one of the top first 3 flavors they had, Daryl. When you say, I mean, it was like one of the early ones, right?
Probably.
it's
I don't
just-
know.
it's a
I
little
was
much.
excited to try it the first time. I remember because I liked the summer shandy so much, but it's just too strong for me. Still down in the 2-1s for me. But I appreciate you bringing a beer that I really don't like to the show. So,
Wanted to make sure that you knew what you were talking about, and apparently you did.
Confirmed, I think.
well,
which
I
confirmed
mean,
it.
you never know when you get like a skunked. If you try it for the first time and it's like, So I was hoping that was the case, but it's just I'm with Tones. It's too much of that cough syrupy
Yeah,
flavor
ooh.
at the end.
Just tone it down.
Tones does.
Tones it down a
That's
notch.
yeah.
I thought you liked this one, Tones.
No.
I thought you were rewinding the show last week. I thought you was-
I
Rewind the
didn't say
show.
berry.
Rewind the
said-
show about 2 minutes
I
ago.
said grapefruit. I
really
said
falling
the
off on
ginger. The ginger one's good. This
They have a
one's-
ginger one?
Ugh.
Yeah, that one's good.
Really?
Ginger beer.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a little Werner.
Ginger and lime?
Little Werner
I'm-
action.
I gotta be. I don't like Vernors.
How about the?
You like Vernors, Rich?
How about the Canadian
I
one?
like it.
Tastes like the
Canadian
Canadian one.
Club?
Canadian Club. That stuff's too fizzy for me.
Okay.
No, but
I had
is
a
it a
tummy
ginger
ache.
beer though, or is it ginger flavored like
Ginger?
shandy?
Ginger. Yeah, it's got that. It's got like a
Well, because
Werner's.
ginger beer is like what you mix with vodka, right?
Yeah, this has got like a Werner's type flavor to it. Yeah, it's good. I'll bring
I
it
didn't
in
know they
next.
made
You know
it.
what? I'll find it. I'll bring it next week. We'll try it out.
Okay.
Great. Anyways, thanks for sharing. Oh, did we all give our ratings? I think we did. We're good, right? Everybody's good on that one?
I believe so.
We're good.
All right. We have,
do we
wow,
at?
I think we're up to like 304 subscribers now, right? But during the
think
week, we did
305.
hit 305.
305.
That's the updated number.
yeah.
Solid.
695 away from Pappy's.
That's
A
it.
bottle of Pappy's.
Yeah. So if you haven't subscribed, let us know. There's some controversy though about who was the 300th, I guess.
Is that hard
Well-
to track down? Is that
Did you
hard-
guys determine it over a pillow fight? or-
Considering we were at 298 for about 3 months. No, I was.
No, 290.
290 was the.
Me and you
Oh,
on
that's
Thursday
right,
night
that's
went
right, my bad.
went hard and was trying to get people.
Yes. So same deal. We were. I was at the Hilltop with the plumber to the stars
Come.
and his wife and my wife and somewhere. I don't know if Jimmy suggested it, but he's like, "We should." Why don't you round up some more subscribers? Because we were getting close, and Jimmy's like, well, I can't go to bed tonight until we get to 300. So there's a new bartender at the Hilltop. She was working alongside Lisa. It's one of our very favorites.
How's our bowling team doing, by the way?
Bowling for dollars. They cashing checks and breaking necks.
Are they?
I
Nice.
believe so.
Nice. Okay.
And then, so she introduced me to this new gal, Lee, who I believe you have a picture of, Jimmy.
I do. There you go.
So what were we at that night? 296 or
298, I think.
298?
Yeah, I think we needed 2 more.
So she subscribed, and then she got the people down further down the bar to subscribe.
So she got a primary cyst on that, right?
We were at 299. So
Okay.
And then Plumber to the Stars, his wife there, Julie, she heard about the giveaway. Jimmy was giving big cash prizes away for the
Yeah, you might have made that up. I never
300
said that.
subscriber.
Yeah, never said that.
I mean, it looks packed there. Was there 12 people there that night?
12. There was probably 30 or 40 people. It's not very big, sure,
That's
but
it's half the.
it was rocking. I would say it was rocking. So
All right.
yeah,
this was
Julie.
Friday night.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened there.
Uh oh.
That was a different pit. That wasn't supposed to get in there.
That's after hours.
Yeah, that was. Did you guys have a couple cocktails that night,
a
possibly?
few.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was pretty exciting. And
Yeah.
then Lee,
Sorry. Yeah.
she had said she's going to go home and get her kids to all subscribe and get her boyfriend to subscribe. So I believe that's how we ended up at least to 303. So shout out to Lee.
Standalone shout out for
Yeah,
me.
nice gal.
Yeah. And to Julie.
Always shout out to Julie.
That's great. Next stop, 300,000.
She said make that check out to cash. So
I bet she did.
I don't know.
I said I'd pay you. I told Angie I'll pay her in speed peppers, if you know what that is. You ever know what a speed pepper is?
I don't.
Sounds like a good drug.
Okay.
I'm not familiar.
It's hard for me not to do this.
Yes.
Sorry, Rich. Go ahead.
Oh,
Where we at?
I think we got some delicious cake in front of us, Jim. You want to tell us where this came? This looks like it came from Gagu.
This is courtesy of Gagu, man. This arrived at my house a couple days ago.
I don't know what this is, but I like the sound of it.
Oh, you're gonna
here.
like it, man. You're gonna like it.
Tortiga Kentucky bourbon butter cake.
Yes.
Here it is. I'll put
Okay.
this up here.
Isn't Tortiga a turtle?
That might be. I think that's. I think it's Portuguese for turtle.
It might be
Tortuga.
Mexican or Spanish.
Yeah, it's Kentucky bourbon butter cake, and this actually does have. What did Mrs. Midwest say? It's like be like 1 proof.
Oh, we
I
got
think is
some.
what
It's
it
got a little kick to it.
It's got a little zing to it.
You know, when I was at,
I got forks over here.
in the Bahamas, they had a rum cake. They're famous for that.
I think this company makes that.
Okay.
Yes.
So we tried some of that with neighbor Greg and Stacy in Bahamas.
thanks.
And there was some good stuff down there. So
Yeah, I've already had quite a bit of this, so I probably don't need any more. But I'm gonna have a little bit more.
For a health nut, that's pretty surprising.
Let's see.
it definitely tastes a little booze action.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Is this just like you purchased this?
I believe. Yeah, I believe she. It's probably ordered it through QVC, would be my guess. And yeah, that's good. Oh shit.
Yeah, it
Drop my
doesn't.
fork.
There's some bourbon in there, but it's not like overpowering.
Yeah, like my youngest tried it. He liked it, which doesn't bode well for his future. But yeah,
Probably some of that is inherent.
I think it's inherited.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
think-
nice and moist.
Well, some people always hope that there's a couple of recessive traits in there.
That would be one of them. Yeah. Hopefully, it's not a dominant one.
Skip a generation.
Like you were saying earlier, D-Dub, that this would probably be good if you put a nice scoop of ice cream on it.
Yeah.
Could you
Yeah,
imagine
I-
some vanilla ice cream on
I
this or
could
something?
see that working out pretty good.
Yeah.
It's I know the ladies don't like it, but it's very nice and moist.
It is. Very moist.
It's funny you said something about a recessive gene.
Trait.
Reminded me of a joke that Norm MacDonald told at the Candy Awards. It's like the Canadian Oscars, I guess.
Okay.
He says,
Very good.
how did that go? Oh, he was talking about Trudeau, and he's like, he is the son of Pierre Elliott Trudeau, the great mind of 1970s Canada. And he's like, how can he not be great, smart, successful? He's like, but then you remember he had a mother.
Yeah, the mother.
A little harsh
A little harsh.
That's rough.
A little harsh.
to the Canadian crowd.
Should we rate this?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. As far as cakes go, I guess we could apply the same scale.
A general cake.
Yeah, general cake
General
scale.
cake scale. Okay.
I would get about a 5 I'm not a big booze guy,
Right.
but it's so everything is perfect about it.
Right.
Great flavor.
Who doesn't like butter?
Super moist.
That might be the secret.
I'm not a huge cake guy, but I think this is up there.
4.9.
You do a 4.4.
Do 4.8. I mean, there's got to be maybe a little room for improvement, but I don't know what would make it better.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not a huge cake guy either, Tones. That's
I mean,
not usually
ice cream
something
would
that-
have been, but
that
that's
would've-
kind of taken away from what the actual cake tastes like.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right. So as is, like you said, Rich, I don't know what else you could do to make that taste any better.
I'm a cinnamon guy. I wonder how that would taste.
Yeah,
Just a
that'd be
little,
pretty good.
just a little bit in there, not too much.
I'm not even that high on the taste as much. It's just everything about it, the way that it's so moist
Yeah.
and crumbles nicely.
It comes in a ring. Looks like it's in
Yeah.
a ring shape. I won't open
Yeah, it's
mine.
just like that's how the rum cakes come in too.
Okay.
It's like a ring.
Gotcha.
Is that a bundt cake?
Sponge cake.
I don't think so.
Oh,
Or a pound cake.
It might be like a pound
is,
cake, right?
It does. That's not a ring though, right? That's a
A
circle.
sponge cake could come in. Like
Yeah.
my grandma made. So.
I'm not the cake expert here.
Anybody who knows about cakes, feel free to chime in.
Yeah.
is it cake?
I would say
Says
so.
this.
That wouldn't have worked on that show on Netflix. Is it cake?
Oh, is that where they like cut things or whatever? You're like,
Yes.
is it cake? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or if it's something real, yeah.
Guys got to get with it, man.
Jim, you got trivia we can all get wrong this week?
I sure do. Here we go.
Whip it out.
Calling the masters of facts, the sultans of stats, the czars of knowledge that isn't learned in college. It's the Numbers Guys Trivia.
I don't want to pat myself on the back,
yes, sir. What's
but I keep bringing in beers even though I don't have to every week.
I do that sometimes.
Pretty nice guy I am.
No, it's good to be. It's nice to share.
Humble brag.
Right. Not to pat yourself on the back or anything. There was no other way to do this besides having me do the trivia, because otherwise I would have seen the answers. So we'll do this as we normally do. Numbers Guys Trivia. Winner, loser would have to buy the beer next week. If everybody gets it right, I got to buy the beer. If nobody gets it right, I also have to buy the beer. Here we go. I think you guys might all get this one right tonight. Who was the number one overall selection in the 1998 NFL Draft?
98.
That's it, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
Short question. Short and sweet.
This is one that we will all get wrong, and that's fine.
98.
You guys think you're all going to get that wrong?
Probably.
It was a pretty big. It was quite a few good people in that draft.
I'll take your word on it.
Was this had to be one of the drafts where in Minnesota couldn't get the pick in on time, and all the teams would run up in front of them? Remember that 2 years in a row?
Yeah.
I was trying to show my kids that because they were asking about it, and they were just like, "I don't understand what's going on." Like, so
could that
the
even
rule
happen?
was like, if you got your pick in before Minnesota, you got the pick, and like, you know how the clock runs down,
Right.
Well, it ran out, and then every team trying to get their picks in. So like, there was like a bunch of quick picks in a row.
When did they change that rule? Was that
They did not change that.
they did not change that rule?
No,
don't
but
believe so.
the funny part was that it happened twice in a row to them, same team.
How else would you penalize somebody that doesn't follow the time constraints?
No, that's a good point. I guess. Yeah.
Although this was late 90s. I mean, what happens if your cell service goes down in Minnesota?
It's probably spotty.
Point.
It was spotty back then. The StarTAC phone coming through.
Yeah, you'll start. Maybe if you lose your
Time
StarTAC,
port.
those things were tiny.
Time port.
What if you had one of those Sports Illustrated phones? You know where I'm going with this?
I had the sports pager. That was pretty cool.
Really?
I thought it was pretty sweet.
That is cool.
That is real cool. I never had one of those.
That was pretty cool.
Or you may have called it a beeper.
Yeah. Pagers, beepers.
You had your share of those.
I had a lot of them. I never had the sports one.
He just used it for nefarious reasons.
Oh,
Nah,
drug dealer?
Didn't even do that.
That was how you got a hold of your Connect.
So what do we got?
Well, I appreciate that, Jim.
You're welcome.
Coming up with that question for us and putting your butt on the line every week. It's not easy to do that.
Well, thank you for acknowledging that.
Yeah. We might have to change the rules eventually when all of us miss it. I don't know if that's... It should be if all of us get it, then you're buying the beer. But if we all miss it, we should Rochambeau. I mean, I don't know.
Rich should never host again.
Well, yeah. I guess the thing would be then I could
Because
just
why
find
would
some
you
really
be penalized if we all
difficult.
get it? Like, that's on us. I mean, we got it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So if everybody gets it, I shouldn't have to buy the beer.
I think he should
No,
be.
if we all get it, you buy it. But if we all miss it, then it's on us. Then we should.
I think he's got to be responsible for making a good question. You know?
He's got to thread the needle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, if it was that easy, then
I wouldn't have to buy the
He
beer
likes
every week.
to have a say in what we're drinking every week.
No.
I know he does. He'd bring it in anyways.
I think
Just knowing Jim.
my whole goal is to have just one of you guys get these right every week. That's really what I would like. So there's a Rochambeau to determine who's gonna, but it doesn't always work out that way.
Well, I don't know what we're doing first, but open those damn phone lines and NFL schedule. What's the line here?
Oh, yeah.
Is that me?
Sure. You and Tones.
Everybody's favorite segment.
We doing week
Let's
one?
all play What's the Line?
Did you already look at these, Richie?
I have not looked at any lines yet.
I have not looked at mine.
Give him the Lions one.
Would you guys want to look at the Lions schedule first? You want to do that first, or you want to do what's the line first?
What do you think, Tones? You have a
We'll do a schedule. Lions schedule.
Lions
Lions schedule
schedule.
first. Okay, I got it right here. And here is the Lions football schedule. Put it up here.
I think we've all had a chance to digest it a little bit, the schedule, looking at the games and times. No? Have you looked it over
No,
yet, Joe?
I saw the teams for a second
Okay.
today, and I thought, holy cow, they're going to have a hard time making the playoffs.
I think they definitely have one of the harder schedules in the
God
league.
darn.
So my feel, I think by the end of the season, the Lions have the potential to be better than they were this past season. But yeah, definitely a tougher schedule. So they could take a step back schedule wise, but I think they're going to be record wise, I should say. Yep. But I think they're going to be a better team. Now, I think early in the season, which I'm concerned about, is 2 new coordinators early on, getting that all figured out. The first month or so, getting the new systems. I know they're saying they're not changing up too much, but still, you got different guys calling the shots on defense and offense. So there's gonna be a little learning curve there, and they start off with a couple divisional games, which is tough too. You don't want to dig a hole in that sense right off the get go. So we're gonna be in a tough division, I think, and you don't want to be 0-2 in your division to start the year off, obviously. But I could see where they step back a couple games. 15-2 is probably not repeatable, even if the schedule is more favorable. That's tough. A lot of things got to fall your way to get to 15-2. So regression should be expected, but how many games, we'll see. But
Daryl, what sticks out at you?
Well, does anybody know what the over/under is for the season?
10.5.
It is 10.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what it was last year?
I'm going to say 11.5.
Yeah.
10.5.
I'm still going. I'm going over. I'm going to go over to 10.5 though.
You're over? Okay.
I say at least 11 to 12.
I gotta think it's gonna. I think 10 or 11 is the proper win number.
I think even at 10.5, they are projected to win the NFC Central because nobody else is above 10. I believe everybody's at 9
Okay.
and the Bears are at 8. So
Okay. Maybe it gets the job done. Yeah.
if you're a believer in Vegas, then they still could win the division.
You're not going to have like last season where the Vikings and Lions last week.
I don't think
going
so.
down
I
to
think
the
that was a
wire.
one-off, in my opinion. What did you see, Jim?
I was just going to go through each one of these because
Okay, let's
I'm looking
do
at
it.
this, and there's only really 2 sort of softball games, I think.
It's
and if
not-
you want to call them softball games, because we don't know what Cleveland's going to look like with the quarterback.
Giants?
Giants was the one. I mean, that's like the main
I
one.
think Chicago's the wild card too. Ben Johnson in there, some weapons. Like,
Yeah,
do they start clicking a little bit? I don't know.
that's not an easy win.
I'm expecting the
So-
Bears to be a big
You got in division
turnaround
at Green Bay. You got in division Chicago here. We're playing the Ravens in Baltimore.
Which we
Monday
always
night.
Don't like it.
We've had
yeah,
a bad
Monday night. The Browns.
That's a lock.
Here.
That's the
Write
win.
it down. Victory.
Well, that's one of the ones I thought would be a win.
Yes.
But again, we don't know anything about Cleveland at this point because they're not
suck.
going to.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
low chunks.
At the Bengals,
Loss.
They don't. I don't know.
Jimmy's
Bengals don't
got a
have
spot in his heart
defense,
for
though.
Cleveland. It's so
I
obvious
just- I
it
don't know.
hurts.
Bengals don't have a D, man. I think we win that game.
He just tries to argue their position and just shot down and
well, they got 3 different, decent options at QB right now, right?
They do?
I agree. Year to
Yeah.
year. Well, I don't know.
Who?
They're all rookies though. They're not.
Who?
No, they got Flacco of Seagulls is there
Sucks.
now too.
Oh boy.
Come on, that's a win, dude. That's
Okay.
a non-debatable.
I don't disagree
Chubb
that
doing?
they can be a game, but I mean, it's if you're gonna compared to the rest of the schedule.
Well,
I think
that's just it. I mean, the
Right.
schedule is so difficult. I guess that would
plus
be.
it's a home game.
Freebie.
Yeah. Wait, no, is that a home game? Yeah, it is. Okay. At Kansas City,
Loss.
Tampa Bay here. You can say that.
Maybe
okay.
a loss.
Maybe a loss.
That's a Monday nighter,
right? Vikes at Washington, the Commodes.
I think we're gonna have revenge chip on our shoulder. At
I
the
would think so. That might be that might be one you
Agreed.
call a win there.
Loss.
At Philly, then New York here,
Win,
That's a win.
Green Bay here,
win. That's
Flip a
Thanksgiving.
coin.
Green Bay. We win.
Dallas.
Dallas will be
that's not
falling off
Thanksgiving,
the
sorry.
hinges by then. So win,
You would think so. At LA,
Maybe.
Stillers here,
win.
probably a win
know.
there. At Minnesota,
Christmas Day. That's a toughie.
and then
Cold
back
one.
to Soldier Field to end it off.
Could be a cold day at Soldier Field with the division on the line. Possibly.
How about Minnesota and on Christmas? That's outside, right? They can't pull that roof open, can they? Closed?
Yeah, it's closed. It's
It is?
retractable.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, no, they're not playing any
That would have been fun.
Christmas. It's a little snow angel action
Yeah.
out there.
That's a tough run though.
What I see on this schedule is a lot all their hard games are on the road. I mean, their schedule at home is soft compared to the road schedule. I mean, obviously the divisional opponents, obviously they negate each other because we play them home and away. But I mean, Pittsburgh on the road, Cincinnati on the road, Kansas City on the road, Philadelphia on the road, Washington on the road. Then you get the home games of Cleveland.
So the hope is they pick up
Giants,
6 to 7 home wins, right, and then find 4 other.
I think they defend the
games.
den. They get at least 10. I mean, I don't know how.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. And I think the schedule's front loaded, where they're going to have once you get to the week before Thanksgiving, as long as they have 4 wins by then, they should be in good shape.
And that's what scares me with the new coordinators on both ends.
It might take some time, but it would actually be nice to hit the playoffs with some momentum. The last couple of years,
right, and hopefully we have a little better health along the way.
Will the
than we did
defense
last year.
be back to where they were at the start of last
it
season?
can't be worse.
But would they be as good as they were the start of the last season?
I think
stay
we
healthy.
have the potential to be better on defense.
I think that defense is a top 10 defense as long as
Yes.
they're not all
I
banged
think so.
up.
At the start of the season,
I think so.
they were the best defense in the league for like the first 8 or 10 weeks
No,
of the
but
season.
I think they've improved. I think they got
Were they
even
up
a
there,
little
Daryl?
better pieces.
They were that high?
Yeah, they were 1-1. If you buy into DVOS, Jimmy, do you want to recall what that stands for?
Defensive something, over expectation.
Let's go with that.
Defensive war.
But I just hope that as long as their offense is what it is still the best offensive line in the league, all the positional players can manage to stay healthy. They're going to be fine there. That takes care of half the game, and then just gotta hope that Hutch and the
Well, you
rest-
got to hope Hutch comes back full throttle right off the get go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might still sign somebody to help out on that line, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, they get past that first couple week gauntlet. I think they'll be in good shape this year. And the other thing we got to remember is that it's not like it used to be 5-6 years ago. These teams are not looking forward to the Lions coming to town either. Like
well, at least-
Cincinnati,
good
that's not a W for them. It's gonna be a tough game, but I mean that's they don't.
Nobody's celebrating Lions coming to their stadium from the opponent's view.
right.
Nobody.
All right.
You want to do what's the line?
What's the line? Is this week 1 we got?
All week 1 games. We got them.
Are they all
over
posted?
Here. They're all posted. I got all DraftKings lines.
Okay.
And how do we do this stuff? We do if Rich and Tones are within a half a point, they get it.
Yes.
Half a point? That's
There
tough.
used to be a point, but I think they changed
Half a
it.
point.
I think it was too easy at a point, so I think we just maybe change it right now.
Okay.
Half a point either way, though.
Yes, half a point up or down.
Yeah, so it's a full point.
Okay.
Right. That's in fact that's what the argument was last year at this time. We said no, it's actually a full point. All right, so here you go. I'll put them up here for you guys,
Okay.
one at a time. Cowboys and Eagles. Cowboys and Eagles.
I have seen this line. Of all the lines, I've seen this one, or I think I heard it.
Don't get it wrong.
I'll go last. I mean,
Oh, I thought it was just you.
No,
I think Tones chimes
played,
in on these. I remember last year.
I'm going to say Eagles -6.5.
That's exactly what I think it is. Yeah.
Eagles -6.5.
It's probably up to 7 or 7.5 by now. But
Eagles -7.
Nice job, Tones.
Yeah.
All right, that's
I didn't
one
look at
correct.
Oh,
did
Chargers
I just
plus
hit
3.
I just hit it twice. Oh, fuck,
Damn,
that
Jimmy.
wasn't what I wanted to do. All right, well, there you go. All right,
That would have
Good
been in
job.
my
You guys are
ballpark.
2-0.
That would have been in my ballpark.
I got fat fingers. We're not gonna include that one.
I mean, Tones would have had a -3.
All right, how
I
about this
would
one?
have the Chargers -10.5.
Probably 3.5.
Steelers and Jets. Steelers at the Jets.
Okay.
This is tough because,
Are you on?
well, let's see. The Steelers don't have a quarterback yet. I assume they're gonna think it's Rodgers. I'd say this is a very tough one. I'm gonna say Jets -1.
You said Jets -1. I'm going to do Steelers -1.
Yeah, I would say 1.5.
For what?
Steelers -1.5.
Okay.
And before I reveal the answer, Hotel Putt says he's going to be at Green Bay week 1.
Oh,
That's cool.
maybe it would take some video or report back.
I think so. Or maybe we'll come along with you.
That'd
Butter.
be cool too.
That would be fun.
Take the boat across the water.
Sure. Steelers and Jets. That line, courtesy of DraftKings, was Jets 2.5.
You guys were closer. Yeah.
Gee whiz.
So was it? Were either one of you was
They both said
I said
Steelers minus
Steelers
one.
minus-
I
so.
just chimed in because I had 1.5 in my head.
So nobody got it right.
No.
Nobody got
I'm
that
not really
right.
playing, but I just
know.
interjected.
All right, so right now it's tied.
No one
Rich and
said you-
Tones, one each.
Can't play. This is not like
Panthers at the
Whoa,
Jaguars. Panthers at the Jaguars.
Panthers at-
Boy, that's a tough one there.
Jags minus 3.
Oh.
Jags minus 4.5.
Ooh, okay, good. We got some
Yeah.
separation
Daryl should
there.
just do the prices right.
I might say I would think Rich on this one, but I would even think maybe even like less, 2.5. I'm kind of expecting bigger things out of the Panthers this year.
Okay.
Same could be said for the Jags, though.
Right. So ding ding ding.
Who's at 3? Richie. All right, one more for Rich. Rich now in the lead. Boy, this is exciting. I love this kind of thing. All right, here we go. Here's the next one.
I'll let you go first.
Raiders at the Pats.
Wow.
This is gonna. Some of these games are gonna blow. Like I'm not gonna want to watch this.
I think
No.
week 1, everybody's a little
I'm gonna
entertained to
say-
see what everybody looks like. I
good.
think
I'm going to say even money line.
Even money. Okay, easy money.
this is we got Geno Smith with the Raiders. The Pats are supposed to be on the rebound this year. I'm gonna say Pats minus 1.
Both of you guys have -1.
No, he
I
said
had money line.
Oh, you said minus.
Money line.
Okay. W, you want to take a guess?
I'm going to say Rich this time.
Are you gonna say Rich? Money on Rich. Okay.
Yeah.
Here it is. The correct response was, I got to move my cake plate. 1 second. There we go. Fucking cake plate's right in the way.
ooh,
Wow.
Wow.
Nobody.
3.5.
Embarrassing.
That's.
Nobody got that.
I was expecting a. No, that seems off. I don't know. Okay.
That's surprising. I'll take the Raiders week 1 in that game.
How about the Bucks at the Falcons? Bucks at the Falcons.
Can I just say something real quick?
You can say whatever you'd like.
That Patriots, that would be that might be the survivor pick for week 1. Let's just keep that in the back of our head.
Bucks at Falcons.
You're not going to get a better chance to take the Patriots, are you?
No, that's a good point. That's a real good point.
You also don't have to take every team.
Who's playing?
Last year, it went all the way through the whole season.
The Survivor did?
Yeah.
At Circa?
18 full weeks, so
And then they have those weeks that you got to pick more than one.
right. 20, so you could have had 12 left over or whatever.
Right.
Plus, Christmas is a week too.
I ain't
We gotta
down.
look and
There's
see
no
who's
way I'm
playing
taking
Christmas.
the Pats in week 1. That's
It's dangerous, but Rich, I think Jimmy would tell you that that's the kind of pick that you have to make, right?
In something like that, I think you
Survivor.
have to. You know, if
I don't know.
it's like kosher
Jimmy's won a
survivor.
Survivor. I won a Survivor. I'm not making that pick.
No.
Yeah, but the other one is a little bigger
Right, I think
scale,
it's the
right?
scale of it. I think you have to kind of go, but there's going to be so many people too that then go contrarian and get eliminated at some point too. So who knows?
I'm not saying we have to go.
We have some
contrarian.
time to work on it.
Anyways, what do we got up?
That was Bucks Falcons. Did anybody give one? Tones, you were working on it.
Bucks at Falcons, right?
That's correct. Yep. But any idea without looking? Bucks at Falcons.
I'm going to do Bucks minus 1.5.
Bucks.
I think the Falcons beat the Bucks twice last year.
I think that's a series, isn't? Or is it the Saints? Those series always run opposite of what you
Yeah.
right.
Boy, I can't see the Falcons not being favored at home again. I'm going to say minus 2.5 Falcons.
2.5, 1.5.
I don't like it, but he's probably right. But I don't like that. I don't like that at
You
all.
don't like it, or you just don't like that Rich is possibly right here?
Maybe.
Okay, here it is. Oh,
Tones got it, I think. Right?
He's.
I was minus 1.5, so
minus 1.5. The Falcon. Wait a minute.
I'm 1 point off.
You're 1 point off.
Two losers.
Yeah. Dang.
Rich was way off.
Hey, we're not doing so good on this
No,
one this year, are we?
Struggling.
Giants at the Commodes. Giants at the Commodes.
Now,
Imagine this is going to be a
while
pretty
you guys
big number.
think about it, okay? Commodores, you can't take as you have to keep that one alive for Survivor on Circa, anyways, because they play on Christmas. So you got to have that available to you, right?
So the Lions.
Is there only a few
Yeah.
Christmas games?
There's 3.
3.
Yeah, and so I mean, you don't want it. You don't.
But does that fall into that week?
Before that, though, don't you have to take a Thanksgiving game? Which also includes the Lions, so you've eliminated one team. So you can't pick them for both.
You have
is
to
what
take
I'm
a
saying.
Christmas game? Is that
At Circa, you do,
Yeah.
you have to?
You also
I don't
have
know
to-
about Thanksgiving.
I thought that was one of the games that you had to do as well.
It sounds right. I don't remember. Do you remember, Jimmy?
I don't.
I know Christmas for sure, but
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do commodes minus 7.5.
I'm gonna say 6.5 because the Giants always play them tough, and I don't know why. It's probably lower than that, but
I think you guys are probably right on the money.
Got a 7.5 and a 6.5, and we got a caller here, Richie. So I'm gonna do this in a second. 7.5.
Damn.
That was Rich.
that was Tones.
Tones now tied it up, and let's.
Too many points.
Should we get to this caller real quick? Take a quick break from all this excitement. Caller, it says auto screen failed, Rich.
Okay.
So I don't know what
I'll
we're
bring
going to do
him
about
on
that.
anyways.
I'll bring him on anyways. Here we go.
Approved.
And auto screen failed. Caller, you are live on the numbers, guys.
This is John Bingham. My friends call me Happy Jack. They do call me John. Who's this?
I think you got some
wait a
bad
minute.
Canadian signal. You're driving through a tunnel right now?
Who am I speaking with? Is this the moving pictures?
I'll tell you what, man. You maybe want to have to call back in because it's a really rough connection we got right now.
Yeah, this tunnel they have, they say north to Detroit, south to Louisville, and I'm stuck here in this. It's odd. I think your last call was a volume, but if you can't hear me, I'll get back to you. I have a beef to pick with these boys, and the teenage wasteland. I have a beef to pick with these boys, and the moving pitches.
This guy calling from Iraq?
I can call back.
I have a beef. Okay, thanks for the call. I heard somebody have a beef to pick with those boys. That's all I could make out there.
There's no beef to pick with us.
Weird.
We're friendly. We welcome all.
that.
All
He doesn't
opinions.
like your numbers.
all
Okay.
opinions.
All right, let's continue on. Appreciate whoever called. Just
thank you.
Couldn't hear you.
It's calling from underwater.
How about the Cards at the Saints? The Cardinals at
Yeah,
the
these are
Saints.
some
here.
tough games, Tones.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting week one.
Okay, you going first or me?
I'll go first. I can say Cards -3 here. I mean, who the hell's going to play quarterback for the Saints?
I'm gonna do cards minus 4.5.
We got a 3. We got a 4.5. Dub, what do you think? Which one thinks going to get this one, if either?
Jump on Team Tones now that you've been on wrong with me. So
I think they're both right there. 4. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Good job, guys.
all right,
There was a 3 and a 4.5, right?
I got the 3.
That was Rich. Okay.
Got it.
That was Richie.
Back on track.
Richie back on track. Next one. Got the Dolphins at the Colts. Dolphins at the Colts. We're still in the 1 o'clock hour, by the way.
Dolphins at Colts.
This is
Sunday
slower
there.
than 30 minutes.
It is. Yeah, it is. I didn't think about this.
Dolphins at Colts. Dolphins at Colts. Okay.
Dolphins at Colts. Who'd like it?
I was trying to throw it to Tones. I thought he was talking himself into a number here.
Feels like a pick'em to me. Money line.
Money line, I could see that.
Kind of like where your head's at there. Pick them.
Yeah, give me Dolphins -1.
Dolphins -1.
I think they're both right there again.
Yeah, I think they're both right there again. A lot of overlap between these picks here.
All right, that's not me.
That's Tones. No, it's nobody. That's nobody.
That's out of
Went
the-
the other way.
Yeah.
Went the other way. All right. We got the Bengals at the Browns. My Browns probably laying 7.
Why don't we let
would think.
Jim pick first on this his favorite?
You know, honestly, I don't really remember what these were, so I probably could do this. Probably Bengals laying a touchdown. Probably Bengals -7, be my guess.
I don't think that's strong about it. It's week 1. You don't ever find those. You find values in week 1. I feel I'm going to take Bengals -4.5.
I'm gonna do Bengals -5.5.
I would lean toward Jimmy on this one. Probably 6, 6.5.
You going up top? Okay.
Okay. We have, what, a 4.5, a 5.5, a 6, and a 7?
No 6, but we got a 7.
Okay.
2 on the 7.
5.5.
There you go. I got that one.
Oh, straight up on it.
Yeah.
All right, Tones. Back to tied up again. Tied up again.
You're right on the number.
Right on the
Right
number
on.
there, Tones. Okay. How
Get
about
bonus points for being right on the
Yeah, I
number.
should get an extra one.
this is a tough one to read too.
This is
Niners
a
at the Seahawks.
That's a tough one.
Niners at the Seahawks.
Everybody's favorite redheaded stepchild, except Jarrell.
405
He
game.
likes himself some
I
Dalton.
talked to Jarrell this week.
Yeah, what's up with
He's working on.
That's-
He's got an
yeah.
investment opportunity.
talking crypto?
Copper.
Copper. Similar.
Similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the game is. What was it again?
It was 49ers at the Seahawks. 405 game.
49ers at the Hawks. Woo.
What's a toughie?
Classic divisional battle. Niners minus 1.5.
I'm going to say Niners minus a half.
I like Rich on this one.
Okay. Correct answer.
Maybe one even.
Yes.
1.5.
Right on the number.
Right on the
you go.
number.
Nice
Right
job.
on the number, Richie. Richie has the lead 4-3. I like how we've kind of turned this into a competition between Tones and Rich inadvertently.
It's a battle.
They
Yeah.
hate each other.
They do secretly. I think last week I said they push
Back
each other
up
to the
the-
stomach like two doughboys because they laugh and giggle at each other.
Titans.
It's kind of funny. Yeah, you got the Titans at the Brinkos. Titans at the Brinkos.
A little sneak preview at Celebrity Impersonations.
Uh,
What do you got here, Tones? Break it down for me. Cam Ward's debut.
Broncos minus 3.
This is at Denver, right?
Yep.
Mile high.
Gotta be more than that on a rookie quarterback. And go 4.5. Broncos favored by 4.5.
All right, let's pull it up here. Tones, what'd you say again?
Minus 3 Broncos.
3. So we got a 3 and a 4.5. Correct answer.
I
Wow.
knew it. I
Seven
knew
and a
it.
half.
I was gonna say
5.5 was my first inkling. I wasn't even close on that though.
Yeah, that's a pretty big number.
That's
But
a
yeah,
big
I think,
number
like you
for,
said, Rich, you got a rookie
You got a
quarterback.
rookie quarterback,
there.
but
Yeah, I guess.
I think Rich's memory is not as good as it was last year.
It must be. Didn't remember.
still winning.
He didn't know we were really doing this today too, which I think maybe.
Helped.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
that
get
might have
outta
helped.
here.
Lions to Packers. That we don't need to
A
do
lot
that
of
one.
knowns in these
We don't need
picks.
to do that one. It's Packers lay in anywhere between a 1 and then there's a half I saw. So Texans at the Rams.
I saw 1.5 earlier in the week.
Yeah, there was 1.5.
Who's favored
Packers.
over the line?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow. Okay.
But
Texans
you
at
said
the
it's
Rams.
down to maybe a half.
I was a half at DraftKings, but it was more elsewhere.
I don't know, but I'll take over 51 on this game.
Yeah, I like this. We're at the 425 window now. 430. Texans at the Rams in Los Angeles.
Rams minus 3. It just feels like a
Rams
lock. That's my
Rams
lock
minus-
selection of the week.
Let me say Rams minus 2.
Rams minus 3. Rams minus 2. W would like to add.
I lean toward closer to Tones. Yeah, I think it should be closer to 1.5 or something like that.
I'd say whatever the Rams home field advantage is probably all this is. But shit, no, Rams minus 3. That was Rich
Texans-
straight on, right?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Did they re-sign Matt?
No, you're talking about the Cooper Cup?
No, Matthew Stafford.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Okay.
And they brought in Devontae.
At the end of the
for
year, they were talking that he was going to be traded.
I actually
decided
read
to
that he
hang
was
on.
offered more money by the Giants and Raiders, and he turned it down.
Yeah, he
Or was he a
decided
true free agent? Or?
I don't know how that was, but he ended up signing for 15 million. He ended up getting 85 over 3 years instead of 100, but he turned down, he left some on the table to play with a better team, which I don't blame him for that. But he's got it'll be interesting. Got Devontae Adams and Pookie out there. That's gonna be a tough offense.
Yeah.
And where's Cooper Cup?
Where did he sign with? I don't know. Seattle or something like that.
I don't know.
Say some
Where did he
one off
go
like
to?
that.
Yeah, I can't remember what couple.
Aren't you hot in that hoodie?
Yeah.
man?
No,
would be-
it breathes well.
Does it? God,
I'd
I'm
be
sweating
dying
over
on
here.
that.
I'm in a t-shirt. Holy shit! All right, we got the Ravens at the Bills.
Whoa.
This is a
This
powerhouse
is
matchup here,
Sunday
boys and
night
girls.
football?
Sunday night football.
Don't
That's
get any
right.
better than
8:20.
this.
What more do you want for Week 1?
Wow, that's a good.
Ravens at the
That's a good,
Bills in
start.
Buffalo.
Bills minus 1.5.
Yeah. I got half. I got half a point in my mind. I'll say -0.5.
I'll say Bills -3.
Okay.
I think it's 1.5. I think. Maybe I could be wrong.
There we go.
Bills 1.5. Tones dead on again.
Ravens
job.
seem like they're always good at the start of the season, right?
Yeah.
I mean, really good. They seem like they come out more dialed in than anybody else does for some reason.
That's another toughie.
yeah.
That's
This
a
is
tough
your first Monday night game right here.
How much are they going to get?
JJ's debut.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a tough one.
And I got to say right now, it's 5-4 in favor of Rich. Tones can come back here and tie.
Tone, do you want to pick or you want to
Pass
go
or play?
second? Yeah.
Vikings I'm going to say Vikings -1.
Vikings -1.
Seattle.
JJ's debut. I'm gonna say Bears -1.
Bears -1. We got ones on either side.
This game is where?
It is in Chicago.
Let's just call it a pick 'em.
Okay.
I was thinking about going that
I was thinking about picking too.
I think it's definitely one way or the other, but I don't know which way. I guess I would think it would be the
probably right.
Bears, right? But
By the way, confirmed from the sports book at Hotel Putt Casino and Resort. Cup is in Seattle.
ask him what he's got for Cooper Cup receptions in Week 1.
What do you got for Cooper Cup receptions? What number are you hanging there?
He's got what, Sam Darnold throwing? I think Cup was kind of washed up a little bit. I think
it was
good
on his last leg. Yeah.
Bears 1.5.
right there.
Nice job.
You had me
gotta
thinking
go.
though. I had to think about that one for a
That
while.
was that's
Is that
a
Rich?
That was Rich.
That was a tough call.
That was Rich's to lose anyway. No
Yeah.
valuable cash and prizes this year. Last year we had cigars, I think, or something. But, yeah,
Keep
congratulations, Rich.
retain
Keep it going.
the belt to week 2.
Sounds like a good game, but is that really the one that the marquee game that they should put for the for the it used to be the biggest game of the
I mean,
week?
I think the
No, it's
Sunday
not
night
anymore,
game is
but
becoming like the best
Yeah.
game of the week, right? Because last year it was
it's always,
Rams.
it's been that
Lions.
way. It's been that way since NBC got it.
Yeah.
That became
It's been better
the
than-
first choice of that.
It's
they
been
get the
better than
first
a lot of
choice.
Monday night games, right? The Sunday night games.
They get the first
Yeah.
choice every week, I guess. So
Okay.
By the way, confirmed. Putter says 6. 6
Six or
is,
seven.
must be the reception.
I'll take the over.
Under.
What is the limit on that?
What are you allowing for a
They
limit?
They do 50
Tones?
bets on the same thing.
Don't worry about it, Put. I'll just take the other side of it.
Yeah, perfect. We'll collect his 8 points, 9 points, and well,
Juice is a little higher on the prop bets. I got.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Well, I heard there was a rumor that 2 of us enjoyed quite the experience at the Tigers game. And it was a close game.
It was real close.
In the first inning,
real close game. Yeah.
When they started the game.
A little birdie told you that.
I think 10 pitches in, it might have been a.
Well, the good thing is it wasn't close because I drank enough where I didn't know what the heck was going on after the third inning. So
Yeah.
Do we have video of this?
Yeah, you just want me to roll
Yeah.
that
Roll it.
beautiful
Crystal
bean footage. This is at the Home Plate Club at
Newly
Comerica
minted.
Park.
Is that what they
Newly
call
minted.
it? The Home Plate
It's
Club?
the Home Plate Club. So those green seats, if you're a Tigers fan, those green seats behind home plate, it's like the first maybe 8 rows, I think it is. First of all, they're ultra comfy seats made of the finest vegan leather.
it reminds me like an Imagine Theater, if you're familiar with the area.
Yeah.
Do they have a cuddle chair?
They didn't have the cuddle couch, but nice cup
Strike
holders.
one.
I guess I'm not going with Daryl then.
It was getting a little chilly at night. I kicked the heater on my seats.
How'd that feel?
Oh, it was a nice
Oh, where's the
little touch.
heater coming from? Underneath? The
Yeah,
side?
on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the movie theaters. You had the cooler and
I'd say it's a good thing it's not coming underneath for you.
yeah,
It could rupture something.
yeah. My bowels.
That's
are,
true.
they
Are you
don't need
okay? Have Daryl fix your mic for it. Looks like you're hanging off the side of the couch there. Like you're like in Rich's frame.
to- Do I?
There you
Or
go.
co-hosting. He just
Am I,
wants to be on my
okay.
lap.
There you go. Yeah, well, you're still kind of hanging off. Like I could see you in Rich's shot. I don't know why. You're like way over that one side today.
we're
Does he
hosting.
do we need to move his?
No, he's
stem
fine
a little
now.
bit
He's
there?
fine now.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good now. Yeah, you're just sort of looks like your one ear's cut off. It's okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Tom.
Oh.
Didn't mean to interrupt you.
Sorry, scoot. Okay.
Yeah.
You can scoot this way if you want.
Come on.
There you go.
This,
Now we can see you.
this new arm thing is throwing me off, dude.
Yeah, it's throwing you off a little
we
bit.
didn't practice this. This just happened.
Right.
You actually smelled good. I don't know why you guys did
Just
that.
threw new equipment in my face after like a year and a half. You know what I'm saying?
Used to things getting thrown in your face.
Yeah. Oh, come on now. So what were we saying? That it was.
Hey-o.
Oh, and part of the deal if you get tickets to the home for the home plate club seats. I'm not even calling it the home run club the whole time, but the home plate club seats. You get access to what was formerly the Tiger Club. It's now temporarily the home plate club until they finish the home plate club right after the All-Star break.
What are they doing with the temporary unit that we were in?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's
Is
going to
it-
go back to the Tiger Club.
I'll tell
I
you
don't know.
what, it was super nice in there.
Is
was
that the
great.
restaurant you guys are talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the food stations. And
All
the
you can eat
drinks.
for $20 or so?
I'm sure he's got pictures of it, but I mean,
Comes with the ticket.
Okay. That's new. That used to be, you used to have to pay for that.
but they had,
Correct.
they had couches in there, huge glass
Yes.
window. I could have stayed in there and watched the whole freaking game, to be honest with you. So.
Here, I'll go through it here.
The
a little
food's
bit.
like top notch from what I remember.
Oh, it's great stuff.
This is great. And you get you can park right across the street. You get a parking pass with as well as Dooley's Head, and you get your own priority entrance. So here we are. This is only about a 2-minute video. So it's
Now, were you
it's
doing
not
this
that
with
long.
a stick? Did you have a little camera stick?
No, that was just my hand.
Okay.
They probably wouldn't let me in with that. There's Tones. There's Dooley about 6 miles in front of us. He didn't want to wait while I had a hard time going through security. But here's the thing. Right now, it's a pretty long walk from where you enter, which this is going to kind of show you. It's at 2x speed. To get from where you enter to where the Tiger Club is, currently the temporary home plate club. But the new home plate club is going to be, I think it's going to be down those steps. actually.
Underground, yeah.
Yeah, it's underground.
Like a bunker.
right behind the
Nuclear
seats
bunker.
there. So here we are. What time did we get? This was probably at what, like 5 o'clock?
5:15, yeah.
5:15 for
Yeah,
a
we had plenty of time
6:40
to
game.
enjoy this ahead of time. So,
Yeah, a little wristy.
yep, that's what we got.
You think you're going to be able to watch the game from down below?
No, you can't.
I don't think so.
That's underground. There's
That's
probably
dumb.
No. Actually, I prefer this
Right,
because you
'cause
got
it-
glass.
it's
and
like
you
the
can
whole
sit-
outfield up
but
here,
there
right?
is like fully underground. So like I wouldn't stay in there. I would just go grab my food and drinks and come right back out.
Yeah.
And now we're coming up to the entrance here.
Yep.
Yeah, so there we go. Here's D-Wash. So here's the inside. Oh, this is only really part of it. It's really 3 separate areas, I think, that make this whole
Yeah.
thing
It
up.
was quite a spread. I'm telling you, I was impressed with the food offerings there.
3 bars, and you can. They had Bombay Sapphire gin, so like mid to premium vodka, maybe not, or spirits, not ultra premium, but definitly mid to
Like Tito's and
Tito's for
Absolute,
sure.
something like that.
Jack.
Absolute, no doubt.
Yeah,
Jack,
Jack,
yeah.
yeah.
Bourbon, they had, what was it, Evan Williams and
Casamigos.
Casamigos tequila. This is another one of the rooms here. That's where the desserts were. That was an old cigar lounge.
I was
that
going to
they
say,
had.
those look like cigar boxes
Yeah.
there.
So we had some, that's a caprese salad and some olives. You got a charcuterie there, or charcuterie, depending on what you want to call it. Then that's a bruschetta, that was some tenderloin, some steak tenderloin, and some pork tenderloin. The steak was great. The
Small
beef tenderloin
plates.
was great.
Nice chili
small
dog.
plates. I made a chili dog. They had 3 different kind of hot dogs. I'm sorry, 2 different kind of hot dogs plus sausages. Little Caesars
Little
pizza.
Caesars all day.
Yeah.
Slider
Sliders.
action.
Some shrimp cocktail there, which that was all really good. And then this was the view from our seats, which you really
Wow.
can't do much better than that. Kerry Carpenter going up there. Looks like
Still 0-0 at this point?
still 0-0. Yeah, picture. You got Torque right in front of the on deck circle there, and those are the controllers for the seats, and that is really it. Yeah, that was it right there. So
I tell you, I would have been fine just chilling up through the whole game.
yeah,
I'd be super happy.
The restaurant's super nice. I wonder what they're going to do with that spot then.
I'm assuming they're just going to make it back to what it was, kind of where you could pay X amount of dollars and you have access to it or something. I don't know.
Still keep it a restaurant?
Still probably keep it a restaurant, I would think. But you know what I noticed, and I don't know if I mentioned this after the fact, that there's different seating up there. There's couches and like occasional chairs or armchairs,
Standing
whatever
bar
you wanna call them.
tables too, right?
But they all face away from those windows, so you can't really sit there and watch the game. Did you notice that?
I wonder if they do it on purpose. They want you going.
They want you going to your seats. You're not sitting up there sucking down their booze and eating their food all day.
Yeah, they don't make it convenient to stay there.
Right. And like the tables, there's tables right in front of that glass, and those were all standing tables. So you weren't going to be able to sit down.
Or like stand up or go in your nice, comfy, heated or cooled seats.
Right.
You know, right by. So.
Yeah.
Do they still have that section up above? Like, was it called Tiger Den or something like that?
Still there.
It's still
Yep.
there.
Because that used to be the only way you could get into that restaurant is if you had Tiger Den.
So what they did
Tickets.
do because they don't have the downstairs area open yet, where you would just go behind you, grab food and drinks. They had vendors coming by with like chips and popcorn, peanuts for free. Just you wave your hand, grab it, and then they had coolers in where the doorway is going to be for that underground bunker, full of beer and stuff. So you just go up to the coolers and they whatever beer you wanted, they just give it to you. So it was all included. So we didn't have to go all the way back up there to get drinks and food or snacks. It was temporarily set up over there to accommodate us.
Do we know the price per seat?
By the way, I told Julie that you would take her for these tickets to see the Yankees.
That's probably pretty
As
penny.
part of being the 300 subscriber.
No.
She said she wants to see.
That's gonna be about $650.
She wants to see Aaron Judge. She's a big Judge fan.
Well, I don't blame her. I would like to too, but we were a guest of a business associate that brought us, so I didn't have to pay for him. But if you go on, I hate to give this away because there's really
You
not
might want
any
to
of
call
these left.
Julie first.
We don't want our trade secrets until we lock in a
Until we
game.
lock in our next game. But
Yeah.
if you go on StubHub or Vivid Seats, they're running about $600 a seat for most games. However, there's one game. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
You gotta figure it out yourself.
You can get them. You can get up to 4 tickets for $220.
And if you find those
Each.
you could hang out with the numbers guys.
Yes, and but that's it. I looked at every home game. There's really they're not inexpensive, and they're part of a package. I want to say that the seats themselves are, what do we say, 50,000 a seat for the season.
Yeah,
Daryl's locking them in right now.
that's a high price point.
He's not going to find it. I didn't tell him what it was. It's a long way
Julie
away.
said to call her.
Yeah, tell her. But yeah, it's really a cool experience. I'd recommend it, and like I said, I'd be curious to see what how the finished product is after the All
I
Star.
wouldn't mind going back to one, later in
Yeah.
August and check out that whole setup there. But yeah, I don't know if I want to spend $600 on a seat.
No,
But
I could get a nice
I feel
meal
like
at
that's-
Morton's for that kind of money.
I feel like you're about 2 times too high for that.
I agree with you. But I think for 220, because Tones and I figured it out, which
20
is
is fine.
as
That was
much as
fine.
we ate and drank, and
Yeah.
those seats last year in that same section were $1.25 for a
Right.
game.
so we
Right.
figured
So
if we went out to dinner beforehand to a nice restaurant, ate, had a couple drinks, and then you were drinking a few and buying some concessions there at the stadium. But with the food and drinks that we both had during the game, I figured I probably would have racked up a $200 bill at the stadium
Sure.
equivalent. So to me, it was well worthwhile. If I got it for that $225, $250 price point. So
yeah.
I think that's fair. I think 300 is about right, but
If that was the
Nothing
actual
above
retail,
that.
if you could buy them for $300,
Unless
I
it's
think
like
they'd
a
sell them
playoff
like
game.
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, unless it's a playoff game. Right.
and you can see that those seats are not selling the best yet,
Right.
even though the team is fantastic. Now, I didn't get a shot of them this weekend when they had some. They brought in
Still pretty
100,000. I was there Friday night, but even Friday night, I would say there was room there. There was still.
Yeah.
I mean, they said the weekend. It was beautiful. They lost to the Rangers both times, but I didn't. Did anybody see the crowd at the games there?
Looked a little sparse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprising because they said they sold 100,000. I mean,
Right.
it's really only 20,000 empty seats for the whole weekend, but it sure looked like more than
I
that.
didn't see how many people were on the Tilt-A-Whirl or whatever's over there.
Right, that's true.
There was another 20,000 on that on the
Pepsi
carousel. Yeah, and the Pepsi porch too.
Pepsi porch.
Although you have to be ticketed to go to the Pepsi porch.
I think
yeah.
so. Yes.
Yeah, but I
That's
think
that's like one of the most popular spots. It seems like these days.
that's like my favorite place.
It is a cool spot.
That's Mrs. Midwest too. She said we don't need these fancy tickets. We just go sit on the Pepsi porch. But I'm like, well, you drink $100 worth of beer while you're there, honey. So
That's
you
true.
might as well make it get better seats. But I think a lot of those are corporate seats because not too many people are going to be shelling that out.
yeah.
So if they can't get anybody to go, they remain empty for that.
I guess you just shorten the section down next year if you can't sell half of them, right?
Right.
I mean, just trial and error.
Right. And I think it's possible that maybe the numbers guys get 4 of them. What do you think?
Season tickets?
Yeah, we'll do every show.
Oh,
from
once the
down
show starts taking off,
We raffle a fan off every show.
sure.
there. That would be cool.
That would be good.
I don't even believe I see this next hot topic. Who wants to trade Javier? Question.
This
mark.
was my conundrum.
Hot topics.
So this is a bigger question than just just meets the eye. There's a lot of layers to this situation. So if you're local here and a Tigers fan, and been paying attention the last couple of years, so we signed Javi a few years ago. Pretty hefty contract at the time, about 25 per. I think it was a 6-year deal. There's 2 years remaining. Okay. And basically the last year and a half or so before the season, he's not really even been serviceable to even justify a spot in the lineup. Now his defense has been good, absolutely. But he was kind of a hindrance last year during our run, and they were trying to figure out how to get his defense in there, but his bat was atrocious. And we couldn't have traded him even if we ate 80% of his salary to anybody, okay? And if anybody knows Baez's history, he's one of the streakiest players probably over the last decade.
Would you call him a free swinger, Rich?
Yes.
Not so bad
Not
this
this
year. Not so bad this year.
Traditionally.
Okay. Now, there's another caveat. He had a hip issue the last couple of years, had some surgery. Now, was the hip the reason why he was that bad the last year and a half? I don't know. I don't have the medical records. Here's another issue. We traded Flaherty
You don't?
during the season. I don't have it. HIPAA rules.
All right.
Yeah, thank you, Bill Clinton.
Thought maybe you're going to bring those.
So,
HIPAA rules for the hip.
yeah, for the hip. We traded Flaherty middle last season. We got a guy named Sweeney.
I wonder if is he hitting baseballs, this guy?
He's hitting baseball.
Straight?
Oh, okay.
Playing some
Sweeney
shortstop. Okay. So I thought he was serviceable at the end of last season. Good defense, bat, okay, in the right situation. But now all of a sudden he's turning into a solid bat as well to go along with the defense. So now they move Javi to center field where he's thriving right now. Okay, but we have this guy named Parker Meadows that's been out since the beginning of the season that will be coming back soon. So now when that happens, you got all these pieces. We got good depth for the first time in a decade probably in the Tigers. So, and Javi, is he going to be playing like this for the next 3 to 6 months? I don't know. But I'm just saying you have a good shortstop. You're going to have a good center fielder coming back. We got young pieces in place. If somebody approached us at the deadline, say we'll take $25 million per year the next 2 years off your hands, even for a mid-level prospect, we'll take the whole salary, and we got these young guys in place. Let them run the show, and possibly free up more money to throw at Skubal for a long-term contract. There could be a case to be made that if somebody, a Yankees or a Dodgers, says, hey, we want Baez, why not? Because what if he goes off a cliff again the last 2 years of his deal, and now you're stuck with $25 million per for 2 dead years, which could very well happen again. So I think there's a case. It won't be popular if he's playing like this at the deadline. But, man, sometimes a good GM has to make that unpopular decision for the best future of the team. So, and because we have the depth and the players to cover those positions, the shortstop and the center field, and we won't be able to play all those players when everybody's healthy. So that's a tough call. But
It's amazing how quick the fans flipped. You know, they were booing him.
oh, they wanted him.
month ago.
Everybody wanted him jettison, cut, eat the salary.
Sure.
In the last year. So we can't quickly forget how he was playing a few months ago. Okay. And anticipate he's going to keep doing what he's doing for the next 2.5 years. I think it would be illogical to think he's going to keep this up for the next 2.5 years. So
That's
I'm
what's
just
left
saying-
on the contract?
yeah. So if I'm the GM, if somebody comes knocking and say, hey, we'll take the whole salary, and I'm like, now I got money, I'm going to call up Skubal's agent, and we're saying, let's talk long-term deal right now, I think that's a win for the organization.
So we're a long way from Javier Baez nothing days.
Yep.
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. I'd dump his ass.
But
No,
it's not just him, though. It's looking what we have to
Right.
put in this places. Okay?
We have replacements.
We have the pieces.
We got to sign Skubal.
Gotta
What
sign
saith you, Mr. Winningham?
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense if this guy that's running the organization is.
I trust him now. I think he's turning into a Brad Holmes type, reliable. He knows what he's doing. I think he's got that. You know, he's looking at all the what do they call those metrics and all that stuff. So we'll see.
Well,
It's nice to have somebody that can slide into center field, shortstop, third base, and be able to do all those
I think
things.
this argument's too flawed. I mean, ain't no one going to be, first of all, trading anything worth a damn for Javier Baez in that contract.
I mean, they would have been happy last year, though, just to get the contract. They would
And
have
why
been
would
more
you
than
trade?
happy.
If we're in the middle of a pennant run, why are we trading depth away? Like, I'll eat the 60, 70 million just to make sure we're okay for the playoffs. What are you going to do? You can tell me Parker Meadows, how many games has that guy missed over the last 2 years?
Yeah.
He didn't play for half of last year.
Well,
he was batting 250 in Toledo.
Who?
Parker Meadows.
Is he back playing already?
He's coming back, I think.
and we had
right,
another
this
guy
week?
named Veerling that can, play some.
Verling was the guy I thought was
He
coming
could
back.
fill some batting.
Parker
holes.
was supposed to be out to like end of June or July or
So
something.
before the. So we had a couple decent pieces that we haven't even had this season that could be coming back around before the All-Star break. So this is a fluid situation. You got to see what their health is, obviously, before you pull any triggers.
I would not do this. I'd hold on to him. You're finally getting something out of the guy. Then you want to dump his ass? Like if he was batting 260 and not banging out three-run homers to win games every other weekend, then yeah, maybe. But this guy's batting 320.
Which is
And he
way
plays-
above. Which is way above his average. Like you said,
I know,
don't
but you're
think it's a-
finally not eating a bad contract.
yeah, but it's
You're-
not as sustainable. So sometimes you got to unload at the
This
high
guy's
point.
reminding me of the who was the Carlos Guillen right now, like that type of player.
He wasn't much of a fielder, though, for a shortstop, was he?
I don't know, but he was like third or second in like AL MVP that one year.
I love
he
Carlos
had.
Guillen. He's one of my favorite.
I mean, at the plate, I guess. Yeah, you're right, Daryl. He's actually better in the field than Guillen was too. So I mean,
But what if you traded him and took some of that salary and made another trade to plug a different?
here's the other
spot?
problem is that they're not. Scooble's not going to sign a deal until he's a free agent. And you're not going to like the number that
But then you can't-
they're going to want to sign him to.
My opinion is if he doesn't sign this offseason, you're dealing him this offseason. You come to a final offer. If he does not sign this offseason, he's out of here.
But you're a
You have
contender. Why would you do that?
to. You have to.
You're trying to trade for these guys for a year or two to win the World
You
Series. You're
can't.
not trying
No.
to.
The
get rid of
Tigers
them.
have a young core. I don't think you hinge
you're-
on him walking. You can't take the chance of him just walking.
I think you keep them and try to win another World Series or
I
get there
know.
again. No, why would you give away the best pitcher in baseball? The stat I saw over the week, I don't know if you guys saw that. He has 50 strikeouts to 1 walk
Yeah,
in his last
I'm not saying,
whatever games.
but you can't lose him for nothing though. I don't know. That would be a tough pill to swallow.
I'm still staying with Tones, but we do have some chat. Snoop says walk-off sweeps and hustle, and he gives the arm.
Tough.
Yeah, tough. I think
Yeah,
is what
but yeah, G, what were you saying about Baez last year? And
It's
that's
not last year.
very true. What we were all saying about Baez last year
Yeah,
and this year for
including
the
me.
first
I thought there
quarter
was
of the month.
I thought last year there'll be no chance you could ever trade him without eating 90% of his salary.
Right.
He
Okay,
said something
zero
about
chance.
a huckle kitty.
He also says keep Baez until the World Series. This is Baez years for Tigers MVP. No triggers. Pick up another starter. Then he says, with a hand, no more Baez talk. Open the wallet. Keep Scoop.
I don't think they have a problem paying for him.
Is that
but-
true?
What?
The Tigers have been pretty penny pinching since they signed
So the-
Baez, right?
So the question is, and this is true with the Tigers.
Frugal is the word I was looking for,
Frugal.
Jimmy.
Yeah, that's the
So,
polite way to say
so
that.
since Chris Illich has taken over, the Tigers have been out of contention until the end of last season, right? So we can't blame him for not spending money at the
I
trade
mean,
deadline.
they did offer $80 million or whatever to Bregman. Like,
Yeah. So
it's not being
What
too
did he
frugal.
sign for, though?
He signed he can get out after a year, so he's got like a 1-year deal basically, probably
So-
for $20 million or whatever.
now the thing is, last year going into All-Star break, we were way out of it. So I can't blame him for not going after some. That would have been foolish. But to see if he'll actually trade for a piece with a contract now that we're in contention and a favorite to win the division and run the table. So let's see what Chris. This is his first time now coming up with All-Star break where we're in the mix.
They
Where
got
you
so
can
much
actually make a trade.
depth. I
Yeah.
mean, like, what are we looking for though? Another starting pitcher, probably. Like, what do you? I mean, they're so
Third
good
base,
right now. It's
I
hard to
don't
pick
know,
a
right?
spot. Like, where
Better
you
bat, third base. I don't know.
I think Baez might be more valuable than you think on the open market. If he 2 years and he can play shortstop and center field and third base or whatever
That's why
other
I think
position you
his
want.
trade value went up because of the
Yeah.
multi-position. Now.
I tend to think these free swingers, as you call them, Rich, tend to regress back toward the mean, which is his mean is what, Jimmy?
Well, that's what was going to be my
Mendoza?
question. Where is his mean? Maybe this was part of.
No.
haven't we been waiting for the Tigers to regress to their mean? What's their record since they took off last year? Has to be like a ridiculous number.
We have the best record since like August of last year. Like,
And they're the best.
Yeah,
this
they're the
year.
best this year, and then they
Yeah,
were the
since
best.
August
I mean,
of last year, yeah.
the record. I bet you if you put it up, it would be like
It's-
something silly, like 70-22 or something.
it is a pretty stark win total that we've had there, but I don't think Baez has ever hit over 300 for a season. I don't think.
I
don't
say
know.
why mess with like chemistry? Like this guy's well liked, and obviously he's a great story, and
But
we're
what
all
if we're-
about great stories.
What if we're sitting here a year from now and he's back to hitting 165?
They were better at the end of last year than
without him? Yeah.
significantly.
Yeah, he was out of the lineup, and people were saying, "Well, maybe he was a cancer in the lineup."
Never saw him around or anything on the
soon as
bench.
they-
They said he was there.
As soon as they shut him down, like we took off, like almost
Yeah,
immediately.
but he was there in the locker room. They
Yeah.
said it wasn't
Okay.
like he disappeared to
But we made
I thought he disappeared because I never
the
saw him
Caribbean
again.
or wherever he's from.
I never saw him
So-
from that stretch on.
So
Right.
a case could
Did
be
you?
made that
No, I didn't see him.
the Tigers had the best close to the season without Baez in the lineup.
Yeah.
I think there is a case to be made. Here is, by the way, this is from StatMuse, which I talked about last week, or no, a couple weeks ago. It was last week. Last week, I just typed in Tigers record since August 2nd, or since August of 2024, 63-33 since August 2.
That's pretty
That would
remarkable.
be like 150. What would that be? Like 108?
It's like 2-1, right?
and that's after being like 15 games below 500 before
Right,
that stretch.
before that.
108 and
It's crazy,
54.
man.
Would that be the best season ever, or right there close to it? Right?
It's close. I think yes. I believe 108.
Seattle?
Seattle, right? The year they got knocked out in the first round. That's the team I remember winning the most games. I don't know the number by heart, but what do we got on the chat there, Jim?
He says, don't mess with his team. This is Snoop talking. And then he says, I thought Baez was a Miggy until this year. Now that he's recovered, keep the MFer.
God, I hate to be on Team Gary.
Well,
Sounds like you are.
well, the thing is, I want to know is what's Illich, if we are a contender, what's Illich's budget? And
Does he even have to dig into it, though?
that's the big question.
He's got depth up the wazoo. Everybody's good.
What can we do with that other $25 million for the next 2 years to better our pieces, our weaknesses, right? Because I think we're going to be okay at short and center field at some point this season. So
Well, Towns, I have to say, it was a better topic than I thought. I think more people
There's a
are
lot
on
of
your side
layers.
than my side, but that's okay.
there's a lot of layers to this situation, though. So
I feel
Sounds like an onion.
Jim is definitely on your side, and Daryl is leaning. Just needs to be pushed over a little bit.
I like to play devil's advocate, Rich.
That's what I hear.
and the good thing is we get to sit back and watch whatever unfold and see what happens here.
And have no say in the matter.
No say in the matter.
Adam Schefter is going to have some breaking news tonight about the Tigers. That's kind of weird. Adam Schefter.
He has been baking some like other news other than football. Guy must be bored. Jim, I hear we have a new intro. Is this a world premiere?
This would be a world premiere, something that's only going to probably be done once. But this was Rich's input here on the show, so here we go.
Right.
That's
Something like
about
that.
right.
So what you do with the pizza?
Well,
Coach O.
it seems to be a
That's dipping the
coaching-
company.
You
need a Hummer?
Yeah, I was about to say.
It was a good job. I 100%
He
increase
likes
on
to
that.
drill it in, you know.
Yeah.
Beautiful job.
It was a beautiful job.
Most perfect job.
They say it couldn't be done. Well, I did it.
I did it in a day.
Right. They said it would
Record time.
take 6 weeks.
They said it in a little bit. I did it in a day.
Under budget, beautiful.
That's right.
Yeah, come on, Darn. Yeah, all right.
He must accuse him.
So,
I gotta have more cowbell. When you watch
I like how he talks.
Wait, that's James Cagney.
Okay.
Yeah, see?
That's wrong. That's not Jimmy Stewart.
What?
You're all crazy.
What old Clarence?
Y'all lost their mind.
Come on, God, give me my life back. Give me my life back.
What's going on here?
Celebrity impersonations.
All right, celebrity impersonations, Rich. I don't know what we're doing with this.
I
You
don't
tell
know
me.
either.
It's
I
a once
gotta
in a
say
year,
Jim does.
once a year segment.
I feel like that was like a great like mashup over the last couple years of impersonation.
Dude, you know what's hard is like I was trying to find an RFK. I can't find a dang RFK that we did.
Yeah, we did our
Yeah,
RFK.
Tones has done. We've done RFK. You've done RFK a lot. Tones has done. There was a time when he was doing a Christopher Walken. Can't find that anywhere because there's no way to do it. You can't search the transcripts. You know. But anyway, this is your. Tell me what you want to do here.
I just thought everybody would bring their, like Tones. We left. What happened was you left me and Tones with the mic last week, and now here we are hosting.
We reverted back to Christmas. to Christmas.
And I asked Tones what he wanted to do. He said, "How about we do some Jimmy Stewart?" And this is how we ended up with this segment. Now I don't know if we want to just all have a conversation in our celebrity impersonations, and we can figure it out, or.
I don't do a celebrity
I don't
impersonation.
know if I'm good at any of them, but
Jim's got to sound like somebody.
When I'm drinking, I will just throw some shit out there. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm not going to be in a
I'm
contest.
on the spot here a little bit. Rich, why don't you do an RFK? That way for the Celebrity Impersonations 2, I'll have that handy.
Well, I wouldn't be the one to talk to about the measles. I also went swimming in a river this week, and they said I was infected. But I'm buff, so it really doesn't affect me too much. I don't give my kid any measles in vaccinations, and they're just fine. Except the one kid has something wrong with his eyeball. Kind of sticks to the side a little bit.
Was it from the?
And I apologize for my speech. It's a damn worm.
It's
a worm in there.
The worm in my brain.
Oh. What the hell was he doing swimming in that shit water? By the way,
Yeah,
what was that? What was that all about?
Our
With
friend
his
in the show, Katie, wasn't too thrilled about him and his comments, and said he should stick to swimming in sewage water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
weird.
I don't know.
Weird. That's a pretty good one, Richie. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Probably his best.
I think that's his best. I think the walking after I heard it again,
The walking
was pretty good.
That was good.
It was pretty good. You looked like you disapproved of that, D-Dub.
It didn't sound that good.
At that instant, you were just
No.
like, kind of gave one of those
I liked
faces,
it.
you know.
I liked it.
Let's hear it again, Rich.
I'm trying to again.
Yeah, let's just have Rich do impersonations, and we'll throw some
Some,
at Tones too, since it's their show today.
somebody got a cowbell over here. Bang, cling around. or
That was it?
No,
That's not the way it
wasn't
goes.
it. I was.
Anybody got a cowbell around here?
I gotta have some more cowbell. I don't know. He's. It's always good if you're gonna do impersonation. It's probably good to listen. And I listened to a little RFK before the show, so that's what
think you
I
could-
knew I was gonna go with him tonight.
If you talk to him like him too long, it could permanently damage your vocal cords. I think.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful. It's like taking in too much helium. You know, you gotta be careful.
I
There's
don't
a
like
limit.
to.
There's a limit.
I don't like to give Rich credit too much, but he was able to distinguish between RFK Jr. and Ed Ogre on.
Yeah, he did, right? Coach O?
Yeah, down on our beer over there.
It sounds like your Louisiana impression.
He's from Louisiana.
Yeah. What do you think?
You said everybody. That was actually it was pretty funny. You said that because Tia was talking about her Cajun dialect, and you're like, everybody's like, wah, wah, wah. A dick. It's kind of a dick thing to say.
I still haven't had crawfish yet, though. That was promised to me like a year ago.
I think you might find some crawfish in that
Tia, where are
sewage
you?
water that he was swimming in.
Where's my bucket of crawfish?
Tones, why don't you do a quick?
I don't know.
Do a walking.
I'm not drunk enough.
No, you're not drunk enough. Okay.
I need to be flowing. Like last week, all day.
Yeah.
Give me the bourbon next week, and we'll do it.
We'll do a walking.
We'll
All
do
right. All right.
I'm not as well versed as Rich is, but I do one impression.
It's not Jimmy Stewart, is it? That one's pretty good.
That was pretty good.
I do it excellently.
Okay. What is it?
It's celebrity Billy Bob Thornton as Sling Blade.
Yes. This is a good
And
one.
it's only in that one specific scene where he goes to the Frosty cream.
That's when he's sitting at the restaurant with John Ritter?
Maybe. But this scene is just between him and Jim Jarmusch, who is a director, famous director,
Okay.
playing the role of the attendant
Okay.
at the Frosty Cream, which I don't know what he directed. Let's just say he directed Days of Thunder, for something Rich would know.
Okay.
He did not direct that.
But let's just say it. He's a famous director, and he says, "Welcome. Can I take your order? Welcome. Can I take your order?" And then Billy Bob's character says, "I'm fixing to get something to eat. What you got back there?"
It's pretty good.
And he says, "We have Big Chief burgers. We have Bongo burgers. We have footlongs. Did you want me to read the whole menu?" I reckon what you like best back there. And he says, French fries are pretty good. French fried potatoes.
French fried potatoes.
Yeah, the French fries. How much you want for them? 60 cents for the medium, 75 cents for the large. I reckon I have the big ones. Okay, the large French fries. And that's how it ends.
That's it. And
He never gives him a response.
That's
And
a good
scene.
voice.
That's pretty good. No, I think what's that line in that?
You got biscuits?
He says,
This is the Frosty Cream. We don't have biscuits.
I'll tell you what, you could develop in that voice to a Coach Ogeron pretty quickly.
Yeah, but what Tone said, I think I'd probably strain a
yeah.
chord.
He says,
Quarter too.
not ha-ha funny, ha-ha queer. That's one of my favorites.
That's a terribly offensive thing to say, but somebody must have told you that, and you must have heard that somewhere.
That couldn't come up in your own mind.
I can tell you're very deep, just like me.
That's it.
What are you thinking about right now?
Maybe that was a scene in the restaurant I'm thinking of.
What are you thinking about right now?
Man, I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Great movie, though.
I was going to see about getting some more of them French fried potatoes. It's only from 1994. I mean,
Yeah. I had a DVD. You don't have a DVD player anymore. Don't have a way to play it.
31 years ago.
Yeah. Great movie.
I got a scene from 1994. You guys want to hear it?
Sure.
All right. We borrow this Stones.
Oh, we got props? This is a full-on,
Is this
like...
Night Court or what?
I think you guys would get it. Hello, I'm looking for Ray Finkel. He pulls a shotgun. And a fresh pair of shorts.
I don't know that one. I'm guessing it's Jim Carrey.
It is Jim Carrey.
got to be Jim.
Is that Ace Ventura?
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
When he picked up that gavel, I thought for sure he was going to say, "What is a ute?"
What is that?
That's my cousin Vinny.
That's
Oh
a
my
judge
God.
from
The two U's.
Getting hot up here, boys.
Finkel and
wow.
Einhorn. Einhorn
Finkel
and
and
Finkel.
Is that Ace Ventura?
Yes.
Never saw it.
You never saw that?
Never saw it.
Not a big Jim Carrey guy.
I like him in his more serious roles.
I probably haven't seen him in any of those.
Liar, liar.
Saw him in Liar Liar.
It's pretty
Is that
serious.
his most serious role?
by something about Irene.
Yep, me, myself, and Irene.
yeah.
Me,
I've
myself,
seen
and
that
Irene.
too.
I think
guess,
Dumb and Dumber is his only like really
I
good,
agree.
funny movie.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotted Mind. was
Yes,
really-
man.
really
But I would
good.
give that more credit to Jeff Daniels than him.
Let me catch up on the chat right quick. Wow, man, a lot of chat. What's going on, Snoopy? He said, Miggy never recovered. He said, the Dodgers spend twice as much as Detroit. That's 100%. Maybe even more than twice as much as Detroit.
But we're
It's a
proving
big
we
number.
could do it with half the budget.
I would
Yeah,
say at least
yeah, I
3
agree.
times. Yeah, maybe.
Chemistry that has no price is what he says the Detroit Tigers have.
Who's he, Mr. Wizard?
I think Mr. Wizard's
Don
okay.
Don.
Lamone?
Don. What was his name?
Maybe that's what your T-shirt is.
Yeah, it could be Don Lamone.
Don
Mr.
Lamone.
Wizard's
you
real
got,
name.
you got the short end of the stick.
We got
Literally.
Trump brought home $3.5 trillion from the Middle East. Yes, sir.
Making big deals.
Big deals.
And a new plane.
Shoes.
And a new plane.
New plane, a free plane.
Free plane.
Here's my gift. Here's my
like
gift.
Pretty good deal. He's also said he's been in Lake St. Clair as well. Water is brown, and Billy Bob Thornton is phenomenal. And speaking of fries,
Thank
Snoop
you.
says, I don't think he said your Billy Bob
Oh,
was
son of a
just
gun.
that Billy Bob himself is phenomenal.
Gotcha.
He said yours was Menza.
Okay.
It's Italian.
I'll take that.
Speaking of fries, I've been getting free curly fries almost daily. Isn't that funny? I just said the same thing to my wife. I
For
said,
the
"You're giving
the
away a lot
Tigers,
of freaking curly
You
fries."
think it would be like the sports book where they'll start moving that line up?
It was
You would think.
is it 2 home runs?
It's like three runs.
3 runs. He's
Three
got to
runs.
score 3 runs, man.
That's a low hurdle for the Tigers
Yeah.
these days. So
And then Putt says, Dale W. favorite, Where's My Shoes? The Royal Tenenbaums.
See, that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I don't know that line though.
I can't picture that line. I think my favorite in that movie is when Gene Hackman, he's trying to push the buttons of Danny Glover's character, because Gene Hackman plays Royal Tenenbaum, and his wife he's still married to. He's estranged from. And he comes back into the scene, and now she's dating Danny Glover's character.
Okay.
And at one point, I don't remember the line, but he calls him, he says, maybe I am Coltrane. And he calls him,
Calls him Col-
He
yeah, I
called
know.
him Coltrane.
Right. That's highly offensive.
you just
Yeah.
call me Coltrane?
Yeah.
No. but if I did,
if I did,
That's a good
ain't
one.
nothing you can do about it.
Snoop says Billy Bob and Landman is a great series.
I've heard that.
On some channel. Yeah, we've heard about Landman.
I watched a couple. I didn't finish, but
You think it's pretty good?
I think it's worth
I
continuing.
do remember the Owen Wilson line now.
When Owen Wilson gets hit by a car.
You got they cut to him wearing face paint, racing around in a little 2-seater car.
I know what
And he crashes into their dog, for one, and he goes flying. They find him, and he's like, "Does anybody see my shoes?"
That was a pretty good movie. That's been another one. I probably have saw Sling Blade more recently than I've seen.
Sling Blade is great. I haven't seen that in a long time.
It was a great one.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
But it's interesting that character he plays, because, like, in that scene when he's at the Frosty Cream, he's kind of like he's talking. The guy's asking him what he wants, and he's just sort of standing there, and then he doesn't know when to respond. But when he does respond, he's like right on point.
Yeah.
So it's like the character is sort of multifaceted.
Sure. Multifaceted.
Yeah.
Well,
Loves on
guys,
biscuits.
I'm a little disappointed in Tones and Jim on this segment. We're gonna have to revisit.
You got to catch me when I got to be 7-8 drinks down, dude. You
You're
can't
like
just-
drunk on this show every other week.
Not this week.
Yeah, this week
This is all the
kinda
week.
light.
All right,
This
we're
is
gonna
the
have to
light
bring in the heavy artillery
You
next time.
listen, you get the bourbon in front of me and the 9% beers.
Got all kinds of
I'll be
bourbon.
doing that
Yeah,
stuff.
Tones, just whack down the rest of this bourbon cake. Let's see if that does anything.
I see the whole loaf.
Jim, I think you got something in you. I want you to bring in your inner channel next time. I want you to think about it. We're gonna run this end of the summer again.
All right, we'll,
Okay,
we'll
all right.
revisit this.
We'll do it again.
We'll revisit.
All right. Hey, Daryl, can we get on the progressive guest line, you think?
Yeah. What's that?
Use your DMs here to get us get your beautiful face on be the numbers guys. Then we'll really be on VSiN.
The Sports Betting Network.
Speaking of DMs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have a little ditty about that?
What am I doing here? Hold on.
I tried to throw it to
I
you.
hit the wrong thing.
Who's that numbers guy friend sliding into our DMs? Is it a request for Tones to chat about his BMs? Or for Dubs to tell us he's a hilltop man? Maybe it's for JT from the Proud Boys clan. It could be for Richie. Queens bar is where you'll see him. You never know what we get. Sliding into our DMs. Sliding into our DMs.
What's the line for Daryl before he's at the hilltop? What's it say?
Who's the number guys?
Something about Fertilla?
Maybe it's for Dubs to tell us he's a hilltop man.
to tell us he's
maybe it's for Dubs to tell us he's a Hilltop man.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe it's for JT from the Proud Boys Clan. It could be for Richie.
I get
Queen's Bar is where you'll see him. That song's going to be in my head the rest of the night. I love that song.
Gronk is amazing.
Yeah. Thanks, Gronk. DMs.
Pistons going after Giannis. PFan 1969.
Did not know that.
Don't see it.
Question mark.
Oh, question mark.
After Giannis.
I think if they could make it work at this league basketball, it's like you got to have that 1-2 punch, right? We got a lot of nice pieces around Cade. Is it enough to get the job done? I don't know. I think you need 2 stars in basketball.
He's my least favorite of all the good players, the elite players. I don't like him that much, and I wouldn't want to give up Ivy and 4 first rounders and Duran and.
By watching
else.
the Knicks play the Celtics tough, are we that far? If we added another star next to Cade, are we that far away?
Wouldn't they just be better because Cade's a year older?
It could. I don't know.
He kind of played a little questionable at the end of those.
You never
last
know
couple
your
losses.
You never know your window. But if they're trading mostly picks, maybe Ivy and some picks, and not gutting half the team to do it.
I think you're going to have to do that, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it if you're giving away 2 in picks, but if you're giving away 3 or 4, forget it.
Then no. Okay, fair enough.
Richie, have you ever bluffed before? Where you pretended as if you had something else?
Is that what bluffing is? Is that from DW86?
That's from H Marco 555.
Calling station 31.
It's called a bluff, Rich.
Well aware of a bluff, guys. Thanks.
Okay. Tones, how's it? Tones, Tones, how goes it? Bulls recovered yet? I think you're saying bowels. Bowels recovered yet? Dr. Proctor.
I did have a checkup last Friday. My abscess is 80% healed up. Gonna check up in about 5 weeks, but everything is filling in just nice. Yeah. Thank you.
80%. I'm not a numbers guy, but that means 20% is
it's still abscessed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm not. I'll keep you in my thoughts and my prayers.
I would appreciate that.
What else we got here? How about them Tigers? Javi baby reminds me of Higgy baby.
No.
Steady and
Higgy was the
4,
most
2,
overhyped.
6.
Just a decent player on a horrible team, and everybody loved Higgy for no reason. So.
Yeah.
Be careful at Bet Bash. Bed bugs bite. That's a lot of bees. Is
that from Crack?
Crack wins 6-9.
Oh, wow. Yeah, apparently Treasure Island has an outbreak of
which is
bed
crazy
bugs
because that's where Vince is
I was
staying.
going to say, luckily we don't know anybody that stays there.
Isn't that wild?
That's something.
I mean, he literally said it on the air today. The Crack Man.
Yeah.
Bed bugs all
Treasure
over.
Island.
Treasure. T.I.
It's one of the older ones, though, right?
Yeah.
T.I.
No. I don't think it's one of the older ones.
Early 90s.
Yeah,
93,
Well, I mean, comparatively,
2.
I think everything was kind of new there, It's like,
I got to be thinking they're probably going to be imploding that thing pretty soon.
I mean, I'm not staying there. Bed bugs are biting. Are you?
No.
That'll be at a little vignette at some point here.
Yeah.
If they give you a few extra free
Now,
drinks.
when you guys come in, when you guys check into any hotel, do you guys check for bed bugs? It's the first thing I check for.
The old lady does, yeah.
I've never checked before, and I don't want to.
The girls, when we go there,
know.
they won't even get in the bed now until I.
So what do
lift
you?
the mattress?
How do you check?
I get the flashlight out and lift up the mattress, go underneath the sheets.
Jeez, I don't want to know, man. What
JC's
else?
already cracking 5 drinks by the time.
Well, I'm not bringing out the black light. There's a difference.
no black light. Just a. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I thought you were bringing
Just a
out the
flat,
black light.
like a
No
high
one
beam,
wants to see what anything looks like in any hotel room on a black light.
like a couple hundred lumens or what?
I think you look at the seams or something, right? At the
Yeah, that's traditionally where they'll go to. Anyways, you're looking for just like little spots. You're not going to see the bug, but whatever they leave behind is what you're looking for.
Oh, I thought you actually could see the bug.
That would be gross. I mean, I guess you could if you.
Are they bigger?
Even if there's a trace, though, to me, it's like you gotta get out of that room.
Are they bigger or smaller than hair lice?
I don't know, Tones. I'm not an entomologist. Is that right?
Don't think that's a thing. Don't think that's a thing. Sure, close.
I shot for it. It's something along those lines.
Yeah. Well, no,
I don't know.
I think
don't
it's
know.
actually an entomologist, right? Is that what you said? Maybe I'm
We're going to have to
surprised.
rewind the tape on that one.
Yeah, isn't that what it is? An entomologist?
I think he just used his Michigan accent.
Maybe that's what it was.
Endomologist?
Entomologist.
I think that's what I saw.
Entomologist.
Did I see
You
an
might have saw
endo?
it. Right.
I saw an
Might have saw it.
endomologist.
I got one last one here, Jimmy.
Do it up, buddy.
Says,
Oncologist? No.
Shields Pizza will cut your gums up.
Oh,
who's that?
That's from
I like
Sark
Shields Pizza.
BT29.
he's got
That's your
problems. Is Shields? Is that still around? Shields
Around
Pizza?
somewhere.
Maybe
Yeah.
Southfield.
I'll say there's one in Troy, too.
There's a couple hanging there.
That one in Troy's been there forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to go there back in my
Yeah, I was
Troy
going to
days.
say you grew up over there.
Yes.
Interesting.
I went to
I like Shields.
went to Morton's the other day.
The place for steak.
My wife had a gift card that we haven't used. She's had it for a couple of years now. $50.
Wow.
How far does that go in Morton's?
One paid for about a
probably.
tenth.
Side of asparagus.
Not very far is the answer.
Yeah.
Not very far.
Well, sometimes you got to take the missus out for a
Mother's Day.
a special.
Yeah, that's worth it. Mother's Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, let's go with
That's
that.
justified.
Sure.
Is that
That
it?
concludes this week's sliding into my DMs.
Play us out, Jimmy.
Oh, you want me to do it again? This is the second time somebody's requested. I think you guys just like this.
You got to outro it.
I can do it again. There you go.
Who's that numbers guys fan sliding into our DMs? Is it a request for
Who's
Tones
that
to
chick?
chat about his BMs?
That's my
Or for
cousin.
Dubs to tell us he's a hilltop man.
And her dog. Her
Maybe
doggy.
it's for
Pretty hot.
JT from the Proud
That's my
Boys
cousin.
clan.
Is that your cousin too?
That's also my cousin.
Is where you'll see him. You never know what we get. Sliding into our DMs.
Looks like
Alright.
well, that scene. Is she on
There
an
it is.
airplane typing?
She is, yeah. She was watching us like Chris Pena.
You don't have the
Peru.
Sliding in.
extended cut, do you?
I don't. No, I do not have it.
B-side?
God darn it.
Yeah.
Next up, we have These Are the Top Picks.
Yes. You want to check these out first? Look at our standings here?
Standings?
Richie, I think
Sure.
you gained some ground here, but I don't know if you can read it from
I
there,
don't
can
think
you?
I gained any ground, but I didn't lose any. I gained a couple units, but just trying to keep up the pace with Tones and D-Dubs. I think they had good weeks last week, it looked like. You guys improved, right?
I did nothing.
I think I did 1.5, maybe.
Point and a half?
Something like
You're in the 12s now. It was really close between you
I want
and
to get
Dubs
single
last week,
digits.
right?
That's my goal this week. Single digits.
Jimmy is having one of the toughest falls from graces anybody's ever seen. It's like
And he's just been treading water since.
I'm treading. Yeah, I'm not really moving.
You're in a tight range there.
I'll take it at this point.
it's a possible Jim.
These are the top picks.
I thought I already did that.
Well, I guess you did. You're not Michael Buffer, though. I mean, that guy that sounds like Michael Buffer. That's not really. I wouldn't use Michael Buffer's voice without any.
Can you do a Michael Buffer impersonation?
Can. These are the top picks. I guess it was.
That's Gronk doing Michael Buffer.
Yeah, it was Gronk. Gronk. All right, Richie, who you want to start here, buddy?
I start, of course.
Oh, all
just because
right.
I'm the host doesn't mean things change around here.
Did not
Can't
know
change
that.
everything.
Did not know that. Hold on.
That shirt Richie's wearing is pretty trippy on TV, man.
Yeah, it's like one of those
I know.
3D
It keeps messing
pictures
me
in the
up. I'm
newspaper.
like-
That's
you know?
like one of those shirts you
Way
bought
back.
at that place in Vegas.
If I stare at it, something's going to pop out of me.
All right, Rich, here you go.
All right, I'm looking for the WNBA and Daryl's favorite superstar. I'm going Caitlin Clark to drop 25 plus. You can get plus 155 on that. I think this year is the year where she really. I mean, she had a great year last year, about halfway through.
I'm
Explodes
gonna
on
look
the
that
scene.
up right now.
Yeah, DraftKings baby.
Sounds too good to be true.
And then I'm just staying on this train. I think she's going to have a breakout season. Give me 5 plus 3 balls for plus 210.
You're
also
right.
1.5.
You're riding Caitlin hard this weekend.
Sky Vodka versus the Fever. I got a fever for some cowbell.
It's a little more
Guess
aggressive.
what?
Yeah.
I gotta have some more cowbell.
Tones.
I mentioned this one. This is tonight. Jets were my pick to win the cup before this all started, and they find themselves down 3-1. Precarious situation at home, but I do think they send this back to Dallas. I think you'll see their best effort tonight to stave off elimination. I see them winning like 5-2 and cover the over and send it back to Dallas for Game 6. This one is, I think, already ongoing, yes, by an hour or so. And I should have
thanks
said
for
this one
letting
is.
us know.
This was the early one I was supposed to discuss. Good pitching matchup. The Stros had a plus 110 money line on the road, so I was riding with them, and I think it's still. Oh, they're down 1-0 in the sixth. Okay, hopefully they pull it up. A's at Dodgers. I like this matchup. Dodgers at home. Just almost even money, minus 104 with the minus 1.5 line.
I have been living, not lately because the Tigers have been playing some better competition, but the Tigers minus 1.5 money line.
Yeah.
Wow.
You'll be up a few units if you're doing that
Every game is like even if they're playing Colorado. Every game you got like even odds on it if you just took a minus 1.5. Now we should have been betting a minus 5.5 out in Colorado. We've been banging
bucks,
Banging.
Alternative lines. This one is tomorrow. Talk about the Maple Leafs doing Maple Leafs things.
Yep.
I think
up 2-0.
They're up 2-0
3-2.
in the season. 2-0. Now they're down.
Say they're
Panthers
just
storm
doing-
back. Panthers look like they were toast after the second game. Storm back to win 3 in a row. The defending champs. I don't know if the Leafs can send us to the next game, but I think it will be a high-scoring affair either way. So give me the over in this game.
Can't keep a good Kachuk down, as they say.
And riding with Rich just said, I like this tomorrow Flaherty going. Tigers probably the best offense over the last month or so. I like the minus 1.5 over 8.5 total runs against the Blue Jays.
I will say Flaherty seems like the only guy that can buy a win on the staff.
Yes.
So he's due.
Yep.
He's definitely due. Daryl.
I just have the one Scotty Scheffler pick.
Man, I did not see this one coming.
Golf.
See, I didn't even realize the PGA was going on. Well, you mentioned this earlier.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dang.
This has been sped up.
Yeah.
In line.
Doesn't
right
feel
after
right.
The Masters and before the U.S. Open.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I think Scotty's right there at 2 under, and I think the leader's at 5. He's, I don't know where he's at, 10 or 12 overall right now, and that's close enough. He'll finish in the top 5.
He's always there. He's always there, it seems like.
But even when he's playing bad, finishes 4th in the Masters, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Can't. How many units was that?
That's 2.5 units.
2.5?
Which wagered at minus 125 will get you, as Rich pointed out earlier, 2 units in return.
You're looking to take over the second place position.
Well, considering I'm down about 0.7.
Yeah, this will get you there with a little leeway.
Yeah.
If that happens. Interesting.
Well, Tones has got a few units in play.
Well, yeah, assuming Tones doesn't move, right? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's bold.
Here, I'll do me real quick. I got some women's tennis. This is a parlay. Don't usually do this. Parlay.
I don't think Crack would approve.
No. But you know why I'm parlaying these? Because both of these have value on both according to the model. So I'm going to take Katie Bolter versus Bolter.
It's a long
versus
name
Sasnovich.
situation there.
These are both in
Sarsaparilla?
Paris, I think these are, if I remember correctly. Yeah. I
When
think
is
it's
the game?
Paris. This is tomorrow morning, 5 a.m.
Can I get a pronunciation on that second name? Was it Jack?
It seems-
Jack Beanot?
So
Jack.
the question is, JT, do you go to sleep and wake up early, or do you stay up through the whole night and then go to sleep after
It's a good question. Depends on the night.
Okay.
Tonight, I'm probably going to go to sleep.
Okay.
But,
so if it was like Saturday morning, you would probably stay all the way through the night
I just stay
and then
up
go to
watch
bed
it.
after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's her name? Jacquemot. She's a French lady. So I think that's probably why some of this number is skewed so much towards her.
Giacomo,
Plus she
the
beats
horse
Zhang
2 years ago.
So she's hot right now, but so is Katie. So there you go. That's the shorter of the two. I'm sorry, the longer of the two. Sasnovich is actually like a minus 500, something like that. So anyway, I got that one. 2 units on this one. This will get me back to even plus. And then Simona Walter to win, plus 140, 1 unit on that one.
Against the Sheriff.
There's a new
Sharif.
sheriff in town. There you
Abdul Latif.
go. I got some chat here too for us, guys.
Ari Sharif.
Wow.
I think Gary may have used all his.
We out of chats.
Yeah, we don't cover over 50 messages. We don't cover the cost over 50.
Each one of these costs D-Dub 10 cents.
Yep.
Putt says Dale stumbled into the hotel putt without shoes, and he yelled, "Where's my shoes?" It's Snoop says John Morant, going back talking about
I like John Morant.
what's his face, Giannis. Yeah,
We sure that wasn't a Trump impersonation though? Was that what he was worried about when he got shot in the head? He was worried he didn't have his shoes.
His shoes. That was,
oh yeah, that's a good point.
That's the first thing I would think about if I
I
got shot in
didn't
the head.
catch that.
Yeah, that's
He
what
did.
they
He was-
tackled him.
He's
before
like,
he
hold on,
left.
I need my shoes.
Somehow there
odd
was a
thing.
story about when he went to the Playboy Mansion back in his probably in his 60s, and he once again he stepped out of his shoes. Apparently he
got
wears
some,
shoes too big.
No, yeah. The
It went in
word
the-
is he has
and
lifts.
it went into his hot tub. It went into the hot tub at the Playboy Mansion.
With the half,
Interesting.
half daddy?
Didn't know that.
He's exaggerating his shoe size,
I got you.
like you to exaggerate your height.
That's not true.
Johnny Vegas.
Snoop says he didn't help Milwaukee, which is pretty true. I mean,
Giannis.
yeah, Giannis. Snoop also says he looks for the bugs and then never sits on the bedspread. I've heard that before.
I would-
I've heard
I
that's a
would
good
stay
thing.
away from the
Yeah, stay away from
bedspread,
the bedspread. Midtown Detroit as well, says Putt. Don't know what that's. I gotta get these. I gotta read these quicker because otherwise I don't know.
Maybe that's the bed bugs.
Maybe.
Can you ask Putt if that's in regard of bed bugs?
Could be. Snoop also says take the Tigers and Scoob plus 10 strikeouts when home. Yeah, I think he's had 10 strikeouts or more in every. start
10's a lot,
except
though.
for-
I don't think
That's,
I would.
that's
be
a tough
one
one to keep matching, though.
to keep. Yeah.
10 Ks is a tough call, man.
Yeah, and then Snoop says to clarify, Giannis didn't help the Bucks win a championship. Ja would be worth chasing. I see what you're saying there. And then fiance Lauren. Fiance
Yeah,
Lauren
yeah.
says, "Hi guys, how you doing, fiance?" The French one, fiance Lauren. And then Snoop says he took his shoes off in the mosque yesterday too.
Oh.
Yeah,
It looks like he's pretty good buddies with Saudi Arabian prince.
Well, they gave him a new plane.
New plane.
New
They
Air
were hugging
Force.
it out. I was waiting for. He gave a speech and he started playing YMCA. I was waiting for the Saudi Arabia guy to start going like
Did you
this.
see
too.
the mobile McDonald's they brought in for him?
That was pretty sweet. Probably just Diet Coke.
Now, do you think that's
and-
like Middle Eastern type McDonald's, like where they serve like rat and stuff, or? Is it... Wow.
They might have had like mixed shawarmas or something.
You know, when we were kids,
Like shawarma?
Canadian McDonald's had pizza.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can
they
you
have
order
tacos,
McShawarmas
don't
with
they?
out the pickle?
I tell you what, my kids got the chicken strips now. I think they're kind of.
how are those?
They were. I tried one.
Pretty good?
Not bad.
What's supposed to be
Okay.
Not
the?
bad.
Yeah, they. What are they called?
Strips.
Is it
Crispies?
crispy chicken? Or,
McStrips or something. I don't know. But as the first time I had it, my kids and my little guy, he was a big nugget guy. Now he switched to this, and he's in love with them now. So.
He's getting older. You go from nuggets to strips. It's sort of a
And
natural.
I think it's a little
progression.
healthier, a little more real
his
kind of
palate
on the
has
spectrum.
become more sophisticated.
Yeah, he is.
I had some nuggets the other day, man. They do not taste like they used to taste.
No,
Like,
I
you
loved
know
them
what I
as a
mean?
kid. I don't
Yeah.
like them anymore.
I hear the Dino Nuggies are where it's at these days.
the dino.
You gotta
I've
have
had
Dino
those too.
Nuggies.
I've
Yeah.
had those too. Not
had
recently, but in the last several years.
Shut up.
No, we got trivia.
Yeah, we got trivia.
Oh, we're shouting out Dino Nuggies.
Nope, we have trivia. Jeez, man.
Just like old times.
Yeah, Snoop says that they rode the camels out,
That's a big deal.
which I
man.
think they actually did.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they did.
Yeah, I think
Probably
they
gave
they had
Trump a
horses
camel.
all around the beast, and they had firefighter escort.
Now, you
firefighters
can't tell me
escort.
that Air Force One they gave him is not like integrated with all kinds of spyware, right?
That was like the first thing I thought of. I'm sure they're going to go through that with a fine tooth comb. I would hope.
some protocol there, right?
Yeah,
Probably
there's gotta
embedded
be
in like
something.
gold in there or something like that.
Right,
You
right,
can't take
right,
the gold
right,
out.
Right.
Air Force One.
McShawarma.
All right. Here's the question.
My favorite.
Who was the number one overall selection in the 1998 NFL draft? The year after I graduated
I
high
did
school.
some thinking about this. I think I got it.
Richie says Peyton.
Oh, this is Tones.
Tones says Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning. Here this is. There we go. Dubs says Peyton Manning.
I have a trend here.
Richie says Peyton Manning. So
No, I said Peyton.
oh, you
Peyton.
Peyton. Peyton.
Peyton.
Peyton deliberating.
Peyton.
Manning. The correct response was Peyton Manning. It was Peyton Manning.
Classic Saturday Night Live. That was one of the funniest skits when he
it's a good
hits
one.
the kid in the face. You can't even do stuff like that.
I was second guessing because I knew Ryan Leaf was up there, and everybody knew that he kind of busted out over time. But I know he was like 1-2 with them.
I was also thinking probably who should have been the number one pick in that draft was the Heisman winner.
Yep, Charles.
Mr. Charles Woodson.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he had Randy Moss.
I think he went fourth, though, if I'm not mistaken.
I
don't
think
know
he was
Who was
top
the guy
5.
that went third?
There was another QB, I thought.
No, it wasn't a
no?
QB.
That's right.
Might have been a running back or something.
Rodney Pete, Gary said.
Rodney Pete.
Was Ward
don't think
was
that's-
Ward
We covered
done in
that
that
in,
draft?
I think Ward
The
Dunn was
89
after.
draft.
I don't know that
99?
Ward was that high.
It was 99.
Ward
In
Dunn?
fact,
Yeah, I think he was after.
Jermaine
right?
Crowell may have been drafted ahead of Randy Moss. Not 100%
Oh, my
on
God.
that.
Yeah, who
but
do we?
I don't
Who
think
do we
so. I
pick?
thought we
Was
got
it
a cornerback.
Was it Terry Fair?
Terry Fair,
Yeah,
I think it was.
and people hated that forever. That we
It wasn't
picked
bad, but he wasn't no Randy Moss.
No
Couldn't
Randy.
cover Randy Moss with his jock if he tried.
Nope.
Yeah. And Ryan Leaf was actually the only other quarterback selected in the first round that year.
Yeah.
Wow. So it was 1-2, and then no.
No,
I'm just
nobody
curious
else.
who the third pick was that year because that was a loaded draft for sure.
I think Woodson was like 4 or 5.
I thought
it
Woodson was 4.
Offensive lineman, maybe?
You know, you always stick like a Tony Mandrich in there, you know?
That's a good.
Let me tell you.
Like that type of guy that never pans out, like worthy of a top 3. Like who was a great early pick for offensive lineman?
Who was the
Orlando Pace, maybe.
Maybe the guy the Lions
guy?
had.
Andre Wadsworth.
Yeah, Andre Wadsworth.
I
God.
remember him. Yeah.
And then
I mean,
Woodson.
Curtis Enos.
Curtis Enos.
Kyle
dude.
Turley, wasn't he a
Grant
hothead?
Winstrom.
Yes.
Kyle Turley.
Who else you got here? Fred
Greg
Taylor was
Ellis.
Fred Taylor's good. Greg Ellis he might have had a Pro Bowl year.
The-
good.
Trey
Takeo Spikes. He was good.
He was good.
Another hothead.
Jason
if I
Peter
remember correctly.
was good. I don't know what the yellow means.
Kevin
Pro Bowler,
Dyson,
probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Kevin Dyson, name that famous play.
Robert Edwards.
He was the guy that came up half a yard
Yes.
short in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Terry Fair. Very good.
Terry Fair.
Terry Fair.
Terry.
And
Right
then
ahead of Randy Moss.
Run pick ahead of Randy Moss. Could have changed the whole.
That could have changed a lot, man.
Wouldn't have had to draft Jermaine Crowell.
That's for sure.
Wow.
What else we got here?
I'm trying to think our team at that time, how much of a difference Moss
They would have
could
been good. They would have been. Barry was still there, right?
Yeah.
Or had he left yet? Towards the end of his time there.
Yeah.
I think he was there.
That's
that
right
year.
on the fringe, right?
Could that
Right.
the question is if we got Moss, would that have kept
Oh, I think so.
would that have kept Wayne Fonts longer, maybe?
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
That
I
could have
mean,
extended and then no
who was
Bobby
the
Ross
quarterback that year?
era then.
Charlie Batch.
No, I thought Charlie came in when Bobby Ross was there, right?
Kramer
after.
was before
That was before.
Batch.
Sure.
Mitchell
missing-
Mitchell was already gone, right?
Andrew
I
Ware
think
was
Mitchell
gone.
was gone.
Yeah, Mitchell.
Mitchell was there right around that time though.
Dave Craig was gone.
Dave Craig.
Yeah, who's our QB? That's before Harrington. Who's
Harrington
before
was
Harrington?
2003. Yeah.
Wow.
We're missing
I think
somebody. It
Charlie
wasn't-
Batch was like 97. He was there.
Was
Okay.
he starting?
Gus
I don't know if
Farrat,
he's starting
maybe?
there. Gus Farrat.
Gus Farrat. I mean, I'm just wondering who could have tossed it down to Randy. I mean, that's half the great thing about Minnesota is he had.
Yeah, I don't know if we had the QB to.
I mean, he
to
had
match
Culpepper just weighing that thing down there.
Who the frick?
We had in 1998, the Lions had 3 different QBs who started games. You had Chuck Batch,
Yeah.
one of them.
Charles.
Scott
let me
Mitchell.
guess. Let me guess.
Oh, Mitchell was still. That was the tail end of Mitchell, then, right?
I was going to say tie by the bye, but that was
I think
next year, I believe.
I think that's the year they benched. They benched Mitchell. It was
Did
that
they
year.
have a guy like name like something Pharaoh or he had like a bird name Sparrow something Agnew? No, that was Corey. Sparrow. Like they had a guy there in the late '90s that had a name like that.
Frank Reich was the other one.
Oh, Frank Wright.
Oh, Frank Reich was singing that.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was the other one.
Okay.
My bad. All right,
Shut up.
Jimmy.
Oh, I can do a shout out. I'll do my shout outs first.
Start us
That's
off
cool.
with the shout outs.
I got Ethel/Angie for settling an argument that Daryl and I had the other night after the show.
Yeah, she agreed with
in
me.
person.
Fully resolved?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure. She said
She agreed in
actually
the concept,
agree with you.
but then we looked it up and you were wrong.
I don't think you were right.
Well, I said that they come with those peppers, and you said they don't come with the peppers. That's what started it.
But it was about the fact that you said that your wife would know more about what a Chicago hot dog was than my father-in-law, who's a lifelong Chicago
Lifelong
gander.
as of when did he leave?
Yeah, but he's always gone back. I mean, he's got family
okay,
there.
yeah,
He's
fine.
a Chicago.
He lived there for a long
Sounds
time.
like
Like if I moved to
we settled
Vegas
this
next
one.
year, I would still be a lifelong Detroiter.
We don't need to bring this back up. Just know that they come with those peppers. Next time anybody
Yeah.
asks you of a
And
Chicago
know that
dog, it
Angie
comes
agreed
with,
with me.
comes with the peppers. She looked it up
peppers,
actually,
the
which would have been the
peppers.
easiest way to
She did agree
settle
with
that.
me, though. She did say that
and then she
twice.
agreed with me that they come with
No,
those peppers.
she didn't say that.
Right.
She didn't say that.
She did. So thanks for
didn't.
having us show up at the house after the show last week and settling that argument for us. That was really nice. I'm going to shout out Gagu.
How does it feel to be wrong?
I don't think I was wrong.
You were wrong again.
Shout out Gagu. Well, that's a matter of opinion.
Oh, boy.
The matter of fact is that they come with the peppers.
But that wasn't what we were arguing about.
That's what it was. You said, "Oh, my father-in-law would know better than
Yeah, you would know better than your
If it comes with those peppers,
You would know better than your dingbat of a
you
wife.
better watch it.
Whoa.
You better
Crossing
watch
the
it. I'm
line.
fucking losing my glasses here.
Steaming up.
Steaming up a little bit.
I'm a lot.
Anyway,
It's wrong again.
Almost got through a whole show without
Gagu.
Daryl insulting someone.
Gagu for shipping the cake.
Shipping it.
That's good stuff.
Very good.
Very
Shout
good
out.
stuff. Yeah, that got big.
Shout
that got
out.
big.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Big scores there. D-Wash
Yep.
Shout out.
for hosting Tones and I at the Tigers, and then also Dante
Shout
the
out.
Rose.
What did
Haven't
he-
seen him in a long time.
Did you
Saw
buy
him
you
the
some
other day.
shrimp or something?
He said, "Have all the shrimp you want."
Yeah. He said, get a mixed drink while you're
nice.
at
Yeah,
it.
have a drink on me.
Yeah.
I'll
You
catch
deserve
up on
it.
the chat.
Drink on me.
Then we'll go around and we'll wind this down. How about that? Take the shoes out. Qatar sent, or is it Qatar or Qatar?
Depends on who you talk to.
Yeah,
Qatar.
I would have said, I said,
Qatar.
Cutter.
I say Qatar.
I've heard Cutter.
I'll go with that. No arguments.
I don't know.
I've heard them both.
I don't know.
It's like Oregon.
It is like
I'm
Oregon.
not- I've
That's
heard,
exactly
I heard
like Oregon.
Crack say Oregon today.
Did he?
And I saw Gil look like
They sent 8 F-18s to escort Air Force One. There you go.
aren't those airplanes?
Fiance Lauren, I don't know, says Aiden will shout out Dino Nuggies.
Shout out. I don't know.
Shout out to Dino Nuggies. Thanks, Aiden. Snoop
I
said
think
Rodney
they're
Pete. That's been
pronounced
debunked.
Dino Nuggies, by the way.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Dino, isn't it the character from Flintstones?
They're not dinos. They're dinos. They're shaped like different dinosaurs, not dinos.
They're just
They're not all
generic
dinos.
dinosaurs.
I buy the name brand Dinos.
Oh, those are nice.
The kids
Not everybody
these
can
days
afford
don't
those.
even know what gosh darn Flintstone vitamins are anymore.
I still give my kids Flintstone vitamins.
I like that. Was it a
RFK told me to.
That's right.
Snoop said Rodney Pete, Eric Kramer, Scott Mitchell, Dave Craig, and Don Majkowski.
The Magic Man.
That's who Rich was thinking of.
dye in the nose. Killing your kids.
Kids.
Shout out.
Take them in the river. Daryl, shout out.
Shout out.
You're not the host. I'm the host. I'll tell you who's doing
Who do
shout
I
out.
want to shout out this week?
Shout out.
Gosh, I don't think I have anybody off the top of my head.
We'll go to
Shout
Tones
out.
and Daryl will think of somebody.
Okay. Shout out to my wife who
Shout
pounded four cherry
Sam Adams.
ales.
Yeah, I got a video of this. I'll have to put that on
Poor
next week,
Cherry Ales.
possibly.
Sam Adams.
I don't
or-
think I could do that.
Did is it okay if I jump back in with I forgot a shout out?
Sure.
Shout
I'm
out.
gonna shout out Rich and Tones for planning the show this week.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
Shout
I went
out.
through a
fairly
couple.
accurate. But
Three
I don't know.
couple
You guys
topics.
came up with every topic. I don't think. D-Dub has his DMs, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to let Tones have it, but technically the trade Javier was mine. He stole it from me in their office.
Oh,
Yes.
oh boy.
There would come from a
to
conversation.
start a lot of
Shout out.
trademarking ideas
Yeah.
in that office.
But that's okay. I was going to let him have it, but, I
I'll
couldn't
give
do
it to
it.
Tones. I think I think I'm adjudicating this week. We'll give it to
Over
Tones.
here.
Yeah.
What do you got, Tones?
Got any celebrity impressions?
No, I'll wait till another week. I'm gonna second JT for D-Wash hosting us. Very nice of them. Great experience. First class Tigers game blowout, and the best part of it is it was over halfway through, so we could go back up there and eat and drink and stuff our face further. So we had a great time. Got home late on a Monday night, and I was probably still drunk the following morning, but it was a hell of a time.
Do you remember getting home?
No. We did have a shout out to the Bangladeshi Uber driver.
Yes, shout out.
Who we asked a ton of dumb questions.
I would repeat
borderline
some of those.
offensive. But he
Not
was a
you.
good sport. It was a good sport about it, though. He was a really good sport about it. And whatever his name was,
Naeem?
Naeem, thank you for being a
was the other
respectful
one.
That's his
Uber
American.
driver. So,
That was the one that did the pizza challenge. Was Naeem? I think we asked him if he knew him.
yeah, he was a more. He didn't follow the strict Bangladeshi rules. Like
So you
he
gotta
would
be
have a
careful
drink once
with
in a while.
the
so.
Pakistani Indian relations. These
Yeah,
days.
we're kind of asking about Kashmir, how he felt about that, stuff like that. So, but,
Oh, I thought you were talking about blankets for a
yeah,
second.
well, I don't want a
Kashmir?
blanket right now. I'm sweating my balls off right now.
No blankets.
It's hot up here.
Shut up.
I'm gonna shout out Aiden. He was caught in he got detention this week
Aiden.
for
What?
a girl putting her hand on his thigh. So shout out Aiden.
Shut up.
He got detention for a girl putting her hand on his thigh?
Can you believe that shit?
I think you should get
No.
a certificate.
Shut up.
Right.
Yeah,
Get a medal.
That's a congratulations.
Right.
Yeah,
Pat in the back.
Shut up.
For sure.
I mean, come on, that's pretty lame.
That's really
get
lame.
a Medal of Honor.
Is this a he said, she said?
No, he got pulled down. I don't know. I don't even know if she got detention. I don't care if she got detention. We didn't. It's not like that or anything. She's a good girl too. But I mean,
He
Like,
scored,
come on, that's
scored
like-
a future prom date.
like what teacher would have got like just
That's weird.
annoyed by that? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
The good old days of men getting away with everything are gone.
Guess so.
Stinks.
Guess so. Well,
I think it was a mutual.
Shut up.
I had a thought pop into my brain.
Thought into your what?
Butt bunghole.
Your
Button buckle? What?
Your bunghole.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
That's different.
I have lots of thoughts.
Oh,
Pop in my
Holden.
brain.
Shut up.
We're gonna shout out Holden.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you shout out
Mr.
Holden?
500.
He went over today, but
For today, he does the job. I mean, he does what he's supposed to do up there, advancing the runners and whatnot.
Sure.
It's not. He struck out last Saturday, second strikeout in 85 or so at bats.
He's like the anti-Scooble.
He's like Tony Tony Gwynn, right?
Yeah, he's the white. They call him the white Tony Gwynn.
Yeah, that's good.
Wow.
And then they were calling him H Factor today. I heard that somebody calling him H Factor,
the H factor.
Yeah.
I like that.
which is better than our H Factor if you know what that
That's
is.
different. Yeah.
Does that have to do with colon cancer or something?
No, it's a genetic. I don't know, maybe something to do with chromosomes or
Oh, yeah.
something. Chromosomes?
Yeah, I know. I know what
Is that like
chromosomes are.
is that like arthritis? Something?
I don't think so.
Saw something. You have to read that last thing.
Yeah, read the last
I
comment.
read the last thing.
He went 0 for 4 today, and he's still batting 500, Jimmy.
For 4, still batting 500.
They win?
Oh boy.
They tied. They kissed Jimmy's sister.
They want to know, the people, if he achieved wood.
I don't know. The principal said there's videos, so I'll have to.
This now, I don't want to
Shut up.
disparage the young boy, but this sounds like when you get in trouble and then you immediately just say that somebody else did it. You know that.
No,
she
he
took,
didn't say.
She took your hand and put it
No,
on
the
my.
teacher reported him. He said, "No, all right, whatever." He didn't say anything. He said, "Okay."
Oh, you said that she put his hand on it. On
No,
her thigh.
she had her hand on his thigh, and the teacher sent them both to the office. And
She had her hand on his thigh.
Yes.
Yes.
Rerun the tape there, Jimmy. I don't think that's what he said the first time.
No, that's
that's
why I
what
was
I said.
dumbfounded by this, because why would he get in trouble for her
Right.
hand being
Yes.
on his thigh?
That doesn't make sense to me.
I misheard it.
Well, because it's
Not
such
the
an
first time.
outrageous thing to hear. Like you couldn't process that correctly. I understand.
My last shout out goes to Jimmy for
Shut up.
let me take the mic
Yeah.
and talk. For
Taking the mic.
a little
One of
more
our
than
best
Daryl
shows
today.
yet.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's up for debate, but I think it
I don't
was a
think
good show.
so, but it was fun to
It was
do.
a good show.
I'll throw it back to you, Jimmy. You are the ultimate host for sure. The hostess with the mostest, as we would say at Anchor Bay.
All right. I'll be back manning the main mic next week. Oh, Realtor Lauren says, "Hey, now that's my 15-year-old son, Gary. and they both got detention. That clarifies that. So 7:30 p.m. next week, we'll all be here.
Well, quick question.
God willing. Sure.
Was there a chaperone in detention?
Separate detentions.
Separate detention. Okay. Just
That's a good question. Maybe that was the plan the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah. I see
need
where
to
you're
cool down,
thinking.
boys.
I see what you're thinking. Yeah, let's get out of here, man. It's freaking hot.
Man.
See you in a week. As Snoop says he's going back to school.
Like Rodney.
Yeah. Right here.
Triple Lindy.